He's done.
Turning Davis over on 3rd and 14.
The miracle is complete. John Beast has done it.
What we are witnessing right now is something special. 32-0 versus some of the best Madden players in the world.
Team Dockery! They are your yard champions! A mistake from Fancy! We thought it was over! We got overtime! Randy Moss! Walk it up! Yo, Fancy!
Why do I have to beat, like, when the...
And Wesley! It's on to the final lane! A clutch money drive! And Jay Wall just sealed himself the belt!
We have a new Madden champion.
What if something you worked for your entire life came down to one moment? What if one sentence carried the weight of your dreams?
With the second pick in the Madden NFL 21 Bowl.
After a year filled with what-ifs, the time has come to change the question to what's next? Tonight, the dawn of a new era in John Madden football.
Jay Wall selects Fancy.
Come on, he can't beat me!
The best players in the world have built their squads to compete together.
Let's go, man!
As a team, to win as a team. Will a top pick fulfill his destiny and carry his brothers to glory?
Let's go! Crib!
Or will an MVP in waiting take the chip on his shoulder and churn it into greatness?
I have 2 belts, and I'm looking to get a 3rd in the Madden Bowl.
A year later, the world is recovering from unprecedented chaos, having done it together.
J-Wall just sealed himself the belt.
So tonight, the best Madden players in the world will dream together, compete together, win together. Welcome to the Madden Bowl, Draft Edition.
It's time for night 2 of the Madden Bowl Draft Edition quarterfinals. As always, thank you to Joe Tessitore for lending his voice to our open. One team has already advanced, and tonight we will find them an opponent. Will it be Team J-Wall or Team Prodigy? We're going to find out in the next few hours. Hello, everyone, and welcome to night 2 of our Madden Bowl Draft Edition quarterfinals. Joined by the great 2020 Panthers Club champion, One Great User. I'm Katie Emmer, and User, before we preview tonight's two teams squaring off, let's talk about last night. Team Dusty displayed just how resilient they are, down after the first game and rallying back to take out Team Spoto. Impressive was one way to put it.
Absolutely. It was epic. To be honest, I thought Team Dusty was going to be on the way out when they first lost the squads game, but then they was able to bounce back. What I took away from that, I watched Dusty. When his team was against the wall, he looked his teammates in the eye and said, guess what? You can trust me. I'm the captain now. I'm going to take care of Spoto. You don't have to worry about it. And he got the job done. And then I look at K-Mac. Even though K-Mac did not play an individual game, K-Mac was the heart and soul of that team. He kept pushing and proving, making sure his team was ready to go, man. And they was able to fight back. It was an epic night. Then I look on the other end of the spectrum, D. Croft being the #1 pick. Katie, I'm not saying this. Listen, I'm just saying I've been hearing the rumors about he could be a bust. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what can happen years from now, but they're saying as the #1 draft pick, you have to get that job done. You went #1 overall versus the fifth round pick in the first round. You have to get that job done. Captain versus captain, first round versus first round. Katie, it doesn't get any better than that.
It was great. What an exciting night, especially for Team Dusty. And even better, we have more ahead of us in this one. Before we get there, let's catch you up in case you missed any of that action from night 1 inside of the Madden Bowl Draft Edition.
We kick off the Madden Bowl tonight. It is Team Spoto and the #1 overall pick taking on Team Dusty. Throwing it up right side. The egg on the right side. Who else but Megatron? And Team Spoto with the 10-3 victory in squads mode. They go up 1-0. Dusty bringing the challenge to Mutt Draft. It will be Dusty taking on Spoto.
I can beat Spoto. I've beaten him 500 times. I'm ready for him.
Eric Ebron, full back dive, touchdown. Team Spoto takes the early lead here in Mutt Draft. He's chucking it up. Oh, what a dot to Curtis Samuel. Touchdown for Team Dusty. A laser beam down the field. Wide open Clayton. Touchdown. They left some time on the clock, but Spoto has tied this game up.
He has all 3 timeouts. 27 seconds is enough time to get down into field goal range.
And the second youngest player and the captain in the Madden Bowl, Dusty, seals a Game 2 victory.
I'm too clutch.
Game 3, it will be D. Croft taking on Noah. And off to Archer, and he's got room. He's got room.
Run back! How is he gonna stop the power? He can't do it!
Got a man open. It's George Kittle.
Too clutch.
Kittle to the crib. Touchdown for Noah.
Adios, amigo! Adios, amigo! Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Come on!
So let's take a look at what we have in store for us this evening. Coming up next will be our two teams led by J-Wall and Prodigy going head-to-head in 3v3 Mutt Squads actions. Following that, we will be sharing a big reveal of the Mutt NFL Draft past players. That will be released tomorrow. We'll be giving some of those away too at halftime of Game 2. And then if we will have a Game 3, that will happen. But no matter what happens at the end of the night, we'll be giving away a dump truck of those items. And a reminder that all the giveaways will be granted after the items become available tomorrow. We have such a fun and exciting night ahead, but in case you need to get caught up on this format, here's our own Nick Mazzesko with some more info.
This year's Madden Bowl is the first MCS event to cross over multiple game modes in a single competition. Each day, 2 teams made up of 3 Madden pros will clash in a best-of-3 series format. The first team with 2 victories advances to the semifinals on May 2nd and 3rd and boosts their earnings to $30,000. Game 1 will be played in 3 vs 3 MUT squads. The first time in MCS history that the online team play mode will be integrated.
Madness continues.
But the fun doesn't stop there. For Game 2, each team will choose 1 member to represent the squad. To keep things fair, the losing team from Game 1 selects the game mode being played next, so no excuses in a sweep. If a Game 3 is necessary, the same rules apply as Game 2. However, the losing team can't choose a game mode that's already been played. And a new player must be selected to represent the squad. This is sudden death. Choose wisely. 2 teams will advance to the live final on Tuesday, May 4th, and compete for the bulk of the $330,000 prize pool, and not 1, not 2, but 3 MCS belts.
Touchdown for 84!
This is the Madden Bowl 21 Draft Edition.
What a catch!
Come on! Let's go!
Let's now welcome in the 2 on the call, as we just heard the voice of Friday Night Football, Nick Mazzesko, and Madden NFL 19 Cardinals Club champion, who also has the best bun in broadcasting, Tyler Davis. Another thrilling night ahead of us, I'm sure, guys, based on what we saw in day 1 of the quarterfinals. Last night was the first time we've seen full squads mode in MCS history. So what do you think tonight's competitors learned from that action?
I mean, absolutely. As a casual fan, you might have said, oh, man, it's a whole lot of running. This reminds me of Madden 20. But as the professionals, listen, we were locked in because we understand just getting the 1st and 10, that was a win. These guys, we saw Noah do what he does best. Try to find a run, open up big run plays in the second half, and that's what we're expecting to see, a tough, gritty game. This is what squads is.
Yeah, and if we learned anything from last night, it's about teamwork and chemistry is important. We saw Dusty. He was prepared for Spoto. He said he could beat him 500 million times or whatever he said if he had to play him. He was prepared for him. And then we thought Decroft had the advantage in Game 3, but Noah was the one that was prepared, especially on offense. He had a lot of answers for Decroft, so that preparation is going to be important. And also, I think Dat Boy in today's game was one of the steals of the draft. For Team J-Wall and Fancy to get him late in the 2nd round, man, I really like this team. Looking forward to today.
I mean, I think the really interesting thing we're going to be seeing today is, can the big players make big plays? We saw yesterday Noah come through with a clutch win. We saw Dusty come through with a clutch win. We saw Decroft not get it done. So the question is, listen, these 2 teams that we're going to be focusing on the big players, Prodigy and Clef on one side, and on the other side you got J-Wall and Fancy. Can they make plays? And I'm really curious. I think the big question today is, how much pressure is there on J-Wall to keep TNC alive in this tournament? Remember, Spoto had the number 1 overall pick. He had the number 2 overall pick. If they both lose, what does that say about TNC as they close out the year in Madden 21?
And, I'm over here thinking about that team aspect, how when I look at the drastic difference, K-Mac really being a great cheerleader, really being the heart and soul behind that team. And then I look at Tenacious. Tenacious really it feel like they didn't have the chemistry. Like, hey, don't open your mouth. You're not in a position to say whatever you want to say to me, and that's big. And now I'm looking, I see TNC, they rocking these TNC shirts. Where is that boy's shirt? If that's the sign, that was this like a little click thing, and we talk about it in the Madden community, hey, gatekeepers, people trying to act like they're not that cool. Listen, I'm just saying that boy should have had a TNC shirt too, if that's going to be your guys rocking. I really like to see how we know the captains in the 1st round picks, their position is going to be able to get the job done when the game's on the line. But how will that 3rd teammate actually be able to step up and help them win the game like K-Mac did yesterday?
Yeah.
And what's up with that lint roller behind Nick back there? What's going on, Nick?
Listen, man. Gotta just keep things looking good over here, okay? Don't you settle down over here. We gotta make sure the shirt's looking good, my friend. Where's your lint roller? Yeah, you got some plants on your shirt, Mr. Davis. You better brush them off.
All I gotta say is I love the drastic contrast with styles all across the screen between you 3. I don't know if you guys planned this out, but You're really giving us a good variety tonight.
Yeah, but Katie, we got to point out a fact that I think Nick has been in John Beast's wardrobe bag. This outfit looks awful familiar to what John Beast was wearing at the draft. Nick, we need to explain this. I think we might have an image that we can even bring up. So, Nick, please explain yourself.
I mean, the answer is, did you see John Beast's swagger rating? You don't think I need a little bit of that swagger rating? Listen, if there's one person I'm going to be emulating here on the broadcast, it's the king of swag, the man with the chain, the beast named John. Come on, y'all. I mean, is there anybody else you'd want? I mean, look at this. I got first of all, I went a little more professional. I buttoned it up. Okay. He copied my glasses.
You gotta stop doing.
I like the I kind of like the chain though. We want to see the chain.
Why don't you have a chain?
You don't have a chain?
Well,
Come on. You don't have a chain? Listen, unbutton that top button, Nick. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and
Definitely
get you right. Unbutton that top button. Let's get you right. Listen, if you're going to try to imitate, they say imitation is the biggest form of flattery.
I don't feel, I don't feel comfortable with this. I need an adult. I don't feel comfortable right now.
Oh, man.
It's going to be a fun night ahead, you guys. I love it. Getting back on track here. I mean, if our competitors could have learned anything from last night, all I know is tonight, those casual fans that User mentioned and all the rest of the competitors are going to get some lessons on fashion. That's for sure. By you three. All right, so Team Prodigy and Team J-Wall tonight. It's almost time to get game one underway here, but beforehand, let's get into your picks. They're presented by Chunky, soup that eats like a meal. And Nick, Mr. Flannel, we'll start with you. You're 1-1 so far, no big deal in the quarterfinals, and no pressure or anything, but who are you picking tonight?
Well, if I get all these picks right, they should send me a chain, so at least I could wear it as the predictions champion. And I got to give a big shout-out to my guy Bobby V, because I know he's like 60 hours into his subathon, and his chat was telling me, I got to go 2-0 in these picks. I got to make it right. And like I needed extra motivation. I don't want to let Bobby down, so give me Team Prodigy in this one. I really think it's going to come down the play of Clef the God. And I think much like the NCAA tournament when we have the basketball tournament, it's all about who's hot coming in. And Clef is on that list of guys who are finding his groove right now. Prodigy the same way, finding their groove coming into the tournament. Give me Team Prodigy. I still think it probably goes 3 games, but I like Team Prodigy.
Guess what, Nick? I'm agreeing with you tonight. I'm going to go with Team Prodigy as well. I think it's a given when you look at who makes up this team. He and Clef, just 2 players that can basically play with anyone. And TD, when you talked about the chemistry that really clicked for Team Dusty last night, I think that will work for Team Prodigy. The versatility beyond or with their team will certainly pay off. That's my pick. So TD, what about you?
Yeah, I agree that Clef and Prodigy have some chemistry, but you know who has more chemistry? J-Wall and Fancy. And like I said earlier, I think Dat Boy is one of the steals of the draft. So you add him into the mix. If he can fit in the way I think he can, I like Team J-Wall to go deep, so I'm going with Team J-Wall as my pick.
All right, User, you got a fresh slate tonight, okay? This is your chance. This is your chance.
I mean, listen, I'm trying to go 2-0 like Nick, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we went 1-0 yesterday, you know, we did good. Hey, hold up, Nick, don't do that.
Katie, come on, don't let him talk like
don't
this.
Do that.
Him off the hook.
I mean, I do feel like we pick on User a little much, so I'll let him have this. If he wants it, we can call him 1-0.
I went 1-0. Let's keep it real. I went 1-0. And so, you know, Nick, Katie, we're on the right side of history today again. You know, TD, you're on the wrong side. TNC, listen, you have the number 2 pick in Fancy. You have J-Wall, the belt winner, the 150 grand man. But I still think that Clef the God, the number 1 overall pick, gets the job done. We saw yesterday what happens when you pick your friends and not pick the best prospect in the draft. When it comes down to it, the number 1 pick overall didn't get the job done. Clef was number 1 on my board. I feel like it's going to come down to a game 3, and he's going to show you why he should have been the number 1 draft pick, and they're going to get the job done and move on to round 2.
Undefeated had a good run. It was fun, guys. Thanks.
Love it. A reminder to keep a close eye on how User's pick tonight goes. And a reminder to tweet using the hashtag Madden Bowl for a chance to see your tweet on tonight's broadcast. I love taking a look here at AC Kingpin 27. Little man is all ready to get involved in tonight's Madden Bowl. I love that. We have such big fans in even the smallest of fans. And we want to keep seeing how you guys are watching the Madden Bowl, how you're tuning in tonight, and we want to feature you on our broadcast. Use that hashtag Madden Bowl, and we can't wait to see. All right, coming up next, of course, it's Team J-Wall and Team Prodigy. Those 6 competitors hanging out right now, gearing up for Game 1. Nick Mazzesko and Tyler Davis have the call coming up. The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Chunky, soup that eats like a meal. And in part by Verizon, 5G built for gamers.
He's back on the scene. They know who we be. He's rolling with ease. My J got your team. That shock value. We're around here, won't talk about him.
No one likes living with a broken phone.
You broke your phone, so Verizon broke the rules. For the first time ever, new and current customers can trade in their old and damaged phones for up to $800 off our best 5G phones. Because at Verizon, the network is just the beginning.
More to come on the Madden Bowl Draft Edition after this short break.
Davis over on 3rd and 14.
The miracle is complete. John Beast has done it.
What we are witnessing right now is something special. 32-0 versus some of the best Madden players in the world.
Team Dockery! They are your yard champions! A mistake from Fancy! We thought it was over! We got overtime! Randy Moss walking off! Yo, Fancy! Touchdown! And Wesley! It's on to the final lane! A clutch money drive! And Jay Wall just sealed himself the belt!
We have a new Madden champion.
Matt, I think I got my fantasy nights mixed up. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Snickers satisfies.
Every time I eat stuffed crust from Pizza Hut, I play this song. But watch what happens when I play it backwards.
Eat 3-topping stuffed crust backwards.
The original stuffed crust, just $11.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Snickers. Maybe you just need a Snickers. And in part by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Going into the squads mode is the fact that you have one specific player you got to control.
6 users on the field.
We all have separate roles, and we have to figure out, like Clef said, don't overlap.
That's it. You got running it. Stuff. Oh my God.
Oh my God, he's
Zeke was moving.
The last game on defense, I gave up a bomb. I felt really dumb about it.
No, Gilmore. He off the team. He off the team, bro.
And one of them were quarterback. I would have to tell them every time, okay, call this play or audible to this. Motion over Evans, but it's easier for me to just do it myself based on what I'm seeing, what the defense is coming out in.
There you go.
Like if people are playing zone, I could just run like some normal setups, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then, but put y'all on the routes that are just underneath.
As far as like running the ball, like it's super different compared to one-on-one because you have 3 users out there and it's just so hard to run the ball, so hard to play offense. And so, I mean, it's obviously going to be a defensive game. So I think just trying to find stuff to work is the biggest thing as far as offense.
ball.
Pick. Yes, sir.
Oh, let me get control early, man.
Yeah, because this way we could just do like middle and then right and left.
Yeah. I think we always pretty equal. None of us really knew what we was doing. We always lost. We ain't know really what to do. And then we played a bad team, so it just, you know what I'm saying, we couldn't really see nothing. We look good, but we really ain't feel good. So that's how I feel about it.
Night 2 of the Madden Bowl is underway. What a game, a matchup, a battle we have as we take a look inside the Snickers Virtual Players Lounge. It is the team of J-Wall, your Madden Club champion from this year. They'll be taking on Team Prodigy featuring a man named Clef the God. Papa Clef is looking for a dub here as we kick things off in MUT squads. Take a look at our tail of the tape, and these two squads are well decorated. 25 combined EA major appearances between the two teams, 8 combined Madden Club titles. 5 out of the 6 players in this matchup participated in this year's club championship, and then it's all about the money. How about the average career earnings? Team J-Wall, $81,000 and change. Team Prodigy, $63,000 and change, and they're going to be looking to take home the big part of this $330,000 prize pool. What a matchup we have, and for a great matchup, I need a great color commentator, and it is the man, the best bun in broadcasting, who looks like he's about to head to Oahu for a vacation, Mr. Tyler Davis, TD, Team J-Wall, Team Prodigy. So many stars in this game. What are you looking for in this battle, especially as we head into MUT squads, this mode that provided a little trouble for the offenses yesterday?
Yeah, a lot of big names in this matchup. You saw in that feature of Team Prodigy, they were trying to get a feel for each other. They didn't feel too comfortable. You heard Clef say it. So for me, I think the squad's advantage goes to Team J-Wall, right? So I think they have a little more chemistry for squads. So then my question is, when we get to that game 2, with Prodigy being the captain, does he choose himself to go out to battle, or does he choose Clef to go out to battle? So for me, I think Team J-Wall has the advantage in squads. It's going to be the big question is that game 2, what does Team Prodigy do?
And, of course, we're going to be keeping our eye on the third player on both sides. Dat Boy on one side, Chigs on the other. Very talented individuals. Could we see them make a big impact in today's game? Let's take a look at our bracket over on the PS4 side. This is, we saw yesterday Team Dusty take down Team Spoto 2-1. What a series that was. We got Team J-Wall taking on Team Prodigy. Ty, I'm just saying, whoever wins this game, they're in for a tough, tough battle in the semifinals.
Yeah, Team Dusty looks so good. They were firing all cylinders. It's going to be interesting to see in this game because both these teams, these are filled with passers, right? They really want to pass the ball. But we saw yesterday, MUT Squads is kind of a running game mode, a lot of defense involved. So we'll see if any of these guys can air it out.
Well, let's buckle those seat belts, pull back those chin straps, and let's watch some amazing action. I saw Twitter last night. Everybody was having a great time with the format, and we're so happy you're back along with us for today's action. If you missed yesterday's matchups, each series is a best-of-3. Game 1 in 3-vs-3 MUT Squads mode, ultimate teams where every player controls one person on the field. So it's team play. The loser of Game 1 will choose the game mode for Game 2, and if a Game 3 is necessary, same rules apply. The loser selects the game mode, but it must be a different game mode and a different player in Game 3 than it was in Game 2. And Ty, we saw that come into play yesterday. How about the, I think, surprising decision end up working out, but Team Dusty picking the MUT draft mode, a mode we didn't know how much we would see, especially here in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show the confidence that Dusty had. Remember, he made that deep run in the challenge, and that's on MUT Draft. So he felt super confident going into it, and it paid off. He had that game-winning drive, and it was a lot of dramatics yesterday, but man, it went to a Game 3, and it was a lot of fun.
You know, and as we head into this first game, we are in the MUT Squads mode, so Ty, different than what you'd see across the competitor, different than probably what you've played with at home or what you grew up with, where it was just one-on-one, you controlled the entire team. This is where there are 3 user players on each side of the ball. So you're going to see users out there running routes, throwing blocks. They really have to be involved with the offense.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to have that teamwork, that communication. That's why we'll really listen in. That's what I love about this thing is we're going to be able to listen in inside the mind of these pros and how they want to operate. We're going to see Jay Wall as the offensive coordinator, Fancy the defensive coordinator, Dat Boy head coach. On the flip side, Prodigy will be your offensive coordinator, Clef defensive coordinator, and Chiggs as the head coach.
We made a whole new lineup, and
As we're listening in to team captain Jay Wall talk with tournament ops.
well, yeah, it's a glitch, so the dude isn't activated for some reason.
Yeah, like,
It's been happening for, we don't know what to do.
So Ty, what we're hearing is there's a glitch with the lineups where certain abilities weren't active going into the game. Big part of Madden 21 and the Ultimate Team format is those X Factor abilities, which just add an added wrinkle to all the players you're going to see out on the field.
Yeah, and that's very important. So remember, you have to do the X factors and the abilities before you get into the game. You can't change them as we get into the game. Yesterday, we had the technical timeout. It was more of D-Croft not being able to do his depth chart to get some safeties at linebacker, stuff like that in the game. But this was a pre-game adjustment where you need to turn those X factors on, you need to turn those abilities on in mud. So they're going to go ahead and set this up.
Energy's still going to be there.
Can we talk for just 1 second? You see that club championship belt behind Jay Wall? That's not, what is that setup? He's just got it sort of draped over a shelf. Jay Wall, you got to set that bad boy up. Get a case for it or something.
That is just disrespectful, Jay Wall. You got to hang that thing up square onto the camera. We can't just let it hang like that. We need to show it off. Get a trophy case. If you look at Prodigy's background, he's got a nice little, shelf with the DreamHack and all this stuff. Like, look at that. He's got
that DreamHack plate set up beautifully. He's got all the footballs angled so the logos are pointed. Prodigy knows how to set up a backer. What is Jay Wall doing with that? That's a $150,000 championship trophy he's got right there, and he's got it draped across the shelf like it's a blanket on a bed.
Oh, he said he used 325.
Unreal. We need to get Jay Wall a media training session or something because that is just disrespectful. He's got like, what is the trophy underneath that he's got? You can't barely see that too. He's got to step his game up.
I mean, Jay Wall has won a lot, so I get it's tough to keep track of all those trophies. A brief technical timeout. As we wait for this game to get set back up, Team Jay Wall and Team Prodigy, again, a glitch in the game, messing with the activated abilities on each side. And Ty, I think the other interesting thing we should mention for people maybe just tuning in for the first time, you're going to see 3-on-3 MUT squads. The Ultimate Team mode, it's a really fun mode where each player collects items. So you're going to see players from the past and the present on the field.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the beautiful thing about Ultimate Team. So you're going to see legends out there. You're going to see current players. You're going to see a real combination. Remember, one player will control the quarterback. Then you'll see the others. They can kind of switch around. Yesterday, we saw a lot of guys get into linemen for some lead blocking. You see guys at receiver, guys at running back catching some screens. So you're going to see a variety, but usually you have one guy as the main quarterback.
By the way, you want to talk about a decorated group of 6. Jay Wall, Club Champion, Lions Club Champion, Fancy, Cowboys Club Champion, Dat Boy, the Dolphins Club Champion. On the other side, you got the Bills Club Champion and Prodigy. You got Clef the God, who made it all the way to the finals of the Bucks Club Champion. You got Chiggs, who is the Packers Club Champion. Ty, this is an experienced group of 6 here. So I know, like, we talk about these matches and we go, well, obviously we're probably going to see Clef the God playing or Prodigy playing or Jay Wall playing, but you've got guys in Chiggs and Dat Boy who, if they get into a matchup where you might see some advantage, I don't know, man. We might see those guys come into play because they're very talented Madden players.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Chiggs has so much experience. Remember, this is a guy that made 3 straight Packers finals. He finally got over the hump this year. It was a big year for him. He's had, honestly, a good year because he finally became the Packers Club Champion after a long road. Then you got Dat Boy, who really just came onto the scene this year. He beat Blocky in that what was the biggest upsets we've seen to become the Dolphins Club Champion. I'm very high on Dat Boy's skill. I think he has a lot of talent. I love his personality, his swagger. And when they got him late in that second round, I thought it was going to be a great fit for Team Jay Wall. But then to get a guy like Chiggs as well, who has that experience, this guy's been in pressure games. He's not going to fold under the pressure when he's got to team up with guys like Clef and Prodigy who have been there and done that. So, both these teams make great selections. It's just about how can they fit and make a great unit with all 3 of them.
Well, the Madden Bowl is not the only thing going on right now. I hope you guys know what's happening at the end of this week. It's one of the most exciting times of the year in the NFL. The NFL draft coming up. this weekend. And guys, the coverage starts. It's Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time over on ESPN. You're going to see players like Trevor Lawrence, like Trey Lance, like Zach Wilson, like Justin Fields. Where are they going to go? Are they going to go to your favorite teams? Make sure you tune in Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time for round 1 coverage over on ESPN. Those first-round draft picks, they got to talk a little bit, not only about their experience going into the draft, but their experience with the game of Madden.
First, man, I probably played like Madden 05, 06, when I was about 6 years old.
Me and my brother used to break a few too many controllers. I would like to think most of the time it was him. But yeah, we definitely got into it. And if there's one person in the world that I hate losing to, it's my younger brother.
So, I mean, I remember playing the game, and then we just, I mean, some stupid stuff will happen in the game, like blah, blah, and then like we just start fighting.
First off, my dad, he never played video games. And I remember last time I played him, I beat him very bad. He didn't want to play no more.
We always get in hella fights. I mean, I always try to do the create a player one, and then I'll try to put him on the team. We'll play with him. Some cheat codes. So just cheating all the time. So we'll always be hella fights, arguments, stuff like that. You know.
He was sort of like, he was sort of mad, frustrated, like he couldn't do anything about it.
So him beating me in Madden, for the first time was very frustrating for me.
Well, we are getting set back up for this game number 1. I think we have kickoff ready. We're ready to go. Hey, listen, good things come to those who wait. We appreciate y'all and your patience, but let's get this one underway for real. Kick is away. And it will be Team Prodigy starting off with the ball first in this Mutt Squads action. 3-on-3. Ty, in case people missed it, tell us who's playing what position and what we're going to be seeing here in Mutt Squads from these two players, so these two teams.
Yeah, so Team J-Wall will be the offensive coordinator. The one thing I'm a little bit surprised is that Fancy's actually the defensive coordinator. You know, more known as an offensive player. And then you got Dapo, who is the head coach. On the flip side, looking at Team Prodigy, he is going to run things on the offensive side, being the offensive coordinator. We'll have Clef as the defensive coordinator. You got to agree with that. Clef is a phenomenal defensive player. And then Chigs will be running the head coach.
It looks like all the lineup problems are solved, and we're inside Pizza Hut Stadium. Boy, I love this Pizza Hut Stadium, TD. This just having the same place each and every time for these MCS games.
Yeah, me too. The Pizza Hut Stadium is such a cool addition. And you'll see here, we added the colors so that when you guys are looking now on the field, you're going to be able to tell who's who by the colors on their name. So as you see, Prodigy and J-Wall obviously will be controlled by the green user under them. Clef and Fancy will be blue. Chigs and Datboy is red. So this way we can really tell who's who out there, who's making the big plays. I definitely think it'll help you guys from a viewership standpoint as well.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm going.
Got her.
Uh-oh.
Man.
How about starting off with Tree Archer? 29 yards.
Nice run right there. A little deuce close, wing flex close, motion over, going to the stretch to the left side. And man, that Tree Archer is so good. That high change of direction rating. We saw him yesterday. Noah was using him well. And first play of the game here, they go right to it.
Let's go just sweep. Either just sweep or dive against G probably right here.
You gotta be disciplined. If anything's going deep, that's you. You got the sidelines.
Get us in first down, right? I mean, field goal range, and then we just.
The great part about this format, you're going to be able to hear the discussions
from
the teams as they
You're up. So you can
really integrate the communication here in this team play mode.
Go ahead. We need MJD right
Jet sweep action for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Archer was tired from the first.
We talked to Team Prodigy a little bit, and they love these jet sweep calls in Mutt Squad, so expect them to go to that a lot in this matchup.
Like he can't see him. Still be able to run 55 versus this. I like it. You want to go goal line now or stay in this?
I like it again right here.
Yeah. I do.
tackle, Ricky.
Tackle, Ricky.
I mean, that looked good. I would
Just give you guys an idea of what we mean. We're talking about offensive and defensive coordinators here in this 3-on-3 team play. So the offensive coordinator, that is the players who are highlighted in green. They control the quarterback and the offensive play calling. The blue players, so Clef, the God, and Fancy will be calling the defensive plays. The head coach makes penalty decisions, timeout decisions, and are the third player on the field highlighted in red. So all three players in this team mode, TD, have an important role.
Oh yeah, all of it is crucial. Can't make a mistake. And you see here, Team Prodigy's coming out with 3 tight ends and 2 running backs. Their goal is, when they're coming out on that wing flex coach, is to be able to audible to goal line as well. Good defense from Team J-Wall, holding them to 3.
Good draw.
Field goal from 56 out. It is up, and it is good. 3-0. Team Prodigy puts points on the board on their first drive.
You're supposed to slide out to the crib on that one.
With that big sigh from J-Wall, the Madden Club champion. Now we get to see them
Make sure we have
on offense for the first time. J-Wall and Fancy, known out of running that trips tight end formation. They love passing the ball out, but TD with 3 defensive users on the field. Passing is going to be fairly limited.
It's so difficult to pass. You know, it's already difficult to pass when you have an elite user. You add in 2 extra ones to make it 3 users out there, it's extremely difficult to pass the ball. That's why you see a primarily run attack from both teams. And we talked about it. Team Prodigy and Clef, they like to pass the ball, but as you saw, they were strictly running on that first drive. I think we'll see the same type of approach from Team J-Wall.
If they're ever in a passing form, we should probably be careful of getting like third blitz, so we should probably be
All right, let's go motion over right, Fancy.
If they ever went to like a trips or some kind of shot.
Let's check. I'm gonna check their abilities. Out my way, tackler, inside stuff.
Y'all gotta come.
J-Wall right now utilizing that left trigger to look at the abilities on the defensive side of the ball. He is highlighted in green. He is your quarterback and calling the offensive plays. And on first down, Michael Vick lit up in the backfield.
Yeah, and it was a smart strategy by J-Wall to recognize all the abilities. And talk about Chigs coming in with a huge hit stick. I believe that was Cam Chancellor. And so Team J-Wall trying to go with that QB blast out of this New Orleans playbook. But Team Prodigy and Chigs especially was ready for it.
Okay. Go left.
Yeah, but they pass him also running back for like a screen.
Play.
I missed the block still.
You got that.
Yeah.
I want to really see.
Right on that.
Alright. You want something else?
I think we motion over right. Go
I need to stand. No, I can shift the line right.
Yeah.
But I need to stand.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard
Fancy
for you to pick up somebody right here because. Should we motion over McCaffrey?
Yeah. Come back, Fancy. Come back. Motion over. We're going left. Pull left.
Yep.
I can bounce that. Fancy, you gotta move up and get that.
Let's get stingy right here.
Yeah, I thought it was going to.
J-Wall right there, he's talking about bouncing that outside. That's the thing with why you run with the quarterback, why you have a guy like Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson. You have a lot more control over where you're running the ball. How about my guy Bless in the chat? Shout out to my guy Bless. Has been waiting for this one since matchups were announced. Going to be good. Hashtag Madden Bowl. Make sure you're using that hashtag Madden Bowl. You might see your tweet live on the air.
Yeah, I agree with him. This is a high-profile matchup, big time. And the strategy seems right now from Team J-Wall, as you hear them communicating, is remember, J-Wall has one of the highest stick ratings in those player ratings, 97. So you allow him to make some moves at that quarterback spot with this QB blast.
Carmichael.
Dots 3982. I expect these to be some great games, but I don't know if they'll be able to surpass last night during the hashtag Madden Bowl. Boy, we hope we are. We hope we see some great action that continues to get better every night.
Yep.
3rd and 6.
Come on.
I got the blocks.
What blocking out there? There goes Vick. It's J-Wall running with the legend, the former Virginia Tech Hokie, Michael Vick to the 24-yard line.
We start playing mine.
What a run, and you saw the lead block by Fancy. See, sometimes you got to do the dirty work in this MUT squads. Fancy controlling the lead blocker at the line of scrimmage, completely made the great block, allowing J-Wall to get to the outside for a huge play.
All right, ready?
J-Wall at quarterback, running once again, and picking up 5, finding it easy to move the ball so far.
This is a nice strategy. You see there, both Fancy and Datboy in the backfield acting as lead blockers right there. And J-Wall, you know, not much doing, but he still got positive 5 yardage out of it, and he fell forward.
I want to try to go up the middle.
They have deep out over there on the right.
I mean, yeah, we could.
See Fancy, highlighted in blue. He's on Derrick Henry. And Dat Boy on the tight end, Neal on the right side of the line.
Yes,
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And Little stop and go. And he's going to go all the way to the end zone. A touchdown for Team J-Wall.
What a drive, what a response, and this is why this team can be so dominant. J-Wall, Fancy, and Dat Boy are some of the smartest Madden players in the world. You know they had a strategy coming in, and they really showed it on this first drive.
How do we shoot it the first time and it's not working?
I just
Stop right here, get the ball back, and just like that.
And the game. They shouldn't score again the whole game.
I can try it again. I think I was standing on the left side though, but then the second time I was standing on the
I liked over G. I don't know if anyone has any.
Take a look at this one more time. J-Wall getting absolutely sticky with it, showing that stick work. Little hesitation, TD, and that freed up everything.
Yeah, great stick work by J-Wall. But let's talk about these lead blocks from Fancy with that Derrick Henry. That's the second time on that drive he allowed a huge gap for J-Wall. So I'm impressed by the whole team right now starting that game off.
Maybe something on my side?
Motion tight end to the
I'm just going to set the edge on his right side.
All right, yeah.
I see that on my loop. He holds that block around.
Now, Ty, we heard Prodigy and J-Wall both talking about, things like 3-3-5 and over G. What are they talking about when they mention those things for the people at home who maybe this is their first time tuning in to competitive Madden?
Yeah, so 3-3-5, 3-3-5 wide, it's one of the best formations in the game. That's what you're going to see as one of the most popular. But nickel over G allows you a different look. It's 4 D linemen, so it kind of depends on the game. A lot of runs will work better versus 3 D line sets. A lot of runs will work better versus 4 D line sets. So I think both teams are going to kind of switch it up. That's what J-Wall was just talking about. He likes the over G, so we'll probably see him go to that here as well.
Just spy it.
He's trying to avoid me now. He's trying to avoid me. Which one?
Prodigy at quarterback. Clef highlighted in blue. He's in motion.
There we go. There we go.
The center.
Ah, get another block, Clef.
Look at the user blocking by Clef and Chiggs, taking the big offensive lineman and leading the way for Prodigy.
Like shift the line left.
Just great teamwork right there. They're doing a version of a halfback wham. It's a halfback dive out of the wing flex close, but they're moving each other in motion to allow for that lead blocking, and then Prodigy went right up the hole for a first down.
Oh, no. Let's go right back to it.
If they motion over that dude, yeah, now.
There you go. There we go.
We can shift and still run like stretch and all. I mean, most of them run like stretch and all that too.
Stay disciplined over here.
Motion across now.
They might.
So you see now Team J-Wall, they have switched to the big nickel over G, and that allowed them to shoot the gap right there. So nice little adjustment from Team J-Wall on defense.
Yeah.
I kind of want to call timeout.
Call it. Don't worry.
You want to go
like that?
I
promise. I don't like it. I don't like that.
What you thinking?
If they do motion over, honestly, because you can shoot it, you might want to hard flat that other inside linebacker. On the opposite shift side, other one.
Shift.
Yeah, like this.
See if Team defense picks it up. They'll go to a little stretch run, trying to get Brees Jones-Drew going. And they cannot. Let's bring the third member of our squad. One great user. An interesting start to this game. A great drive from Team J-Wall to put 7 on the board.
Absolutely. What I'm noticing from Team TNC, they're making a great adjustment on the run. As you heard J-Wall say, when they motion that tight end over, Fancy slide the line. And that's why you saw Team Prodigy call that timeout, because they did not like the run when they got blew up on first down. Then they was facing the 2nd and 12. And then they tried to run a stretch to the outside, which got blew up again. Clef the guy missing a key block on that previous play. He pressed the hit stick. I told him in the Discord, listen, you need to press A for the block. Stop trying to knock somebody's head off with that hit stick. If he was able to make that block, Prodigy could have broke that run for a touchdown. But that's a book.
That's a book. Absolute bad pass there from Prodigy. It's picked off. We got actual user with us, and we got the computer user. That book brought to you by Snickers. Maybe Team Prodigy just needs a Snickers.
He's gonna throw at him. It's got to be Clef, right?
That's a book. I love that thing, and that was just a horrible read by Team Prodigy. You heard J-Wall say, what are they throwing? It was 3rd and 12. They were trying to make something happen, trying to go to the seam, but man, those users from Team J-Wall were all over it.
Stutter for a second, go right.
Oh,
That's fine.
Like I can't just like it's weird.
See how he
I'm on
walking?
a blocking assignment, so I can't like.
Y'all should walk with him.
Right,
I'm gonna take out the
don't even
first
study
blocker,
time,
but
just
y'all
go
gotta
right.
walk with
Just
him.
bolt right. We're doing the same thing. I'm gonna let it get
That's
below
not
30.
bad. Because all they did last round, they
What,
basically
they're
just
playing
sit there and
defense, I have to
attack.
pick up this lead.
I'm gonna attack because I got to.
Yeah.
Y'all can
Clef really is
I'll
directing
do the
the
hesitation.
defense.
Fancy, you gotta get that user up top.
Let's go. Outside.
I missed him.
You good.
Ooh, big hit on the quarterback. That's Lamar Jackson taking a big old hit from that defense. Prodigy and Clef and Chiggs looking for a big stop on 3rd and 2.
This is a real high-level chess match going on there. You saw Team Prodigy was ready with their gap shoot, but they were there a little bit too late, allowing J-Wall to get to the outside on the right, and then he kind of cut up. They missed the tackle. So
honestly,
Team Prodigy is prepared for this run now. They got the gap shoot, but J-Wall with all that speed and that stick work got to the outside faster.
Ty, when we talk about shooting the gap, what does that mean on defense, and what is that trying to do to stop this run?
Yeah, so you see Clef, he's kind of lining up to the left side a little bit. He's anticipating a hole in the gap right up the center. So you see him there lined up to the left. He wants to be able to run right in through the center and cleanly blow this up. But that time it was picked up. So it really is a chess match.
Oh, that's a big body.
Let's bring in User one more time. User, how about that run? It was really good inside defense from Team Prodigy, but a better run stick from J-Wall.
Go right. I want to motion over.
Absolutely, and you know when we watched them, you know we was fortunate to see these guys play before they actually played today, and that's the one thing we talked about. Prodigy throwing that interception, we said, well, what happens if they stop the run? Who would you rather have passing the ball, Prodigy or Clef the guy? And you saw the interception right there. You know, to be honest, I felt like Prodigy and them was going to lose the squads game from what I saw. They just did not have the run D. They ran that 3-3-5 wide, and it's very tough to try to stop the run out of that formation. And they're being exposed right now by Team TNC.
I meant Carmichael. No. Go back.
This is the moment where User usually switches his pick. User, you switching your pick.
No, I'm not switching my pick. Things are going the way I planned. You know what I'm saying? I just knew they wasn't going to be able to pull this out.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Flood. Come on.
Wait, we still banks out on that right, and then we can still the middle.
And just make sure you stop. I think their best play is the dive. I don't know flex.
Yeah, but
you see the team of Prodigy, Clef, and Chiggs trying to game
you have a tough responsibility over there, because if they do run a stretch at you, like that's gonna be tough. So just try to like contain it so we can get over there. Like that's all you have to do.
You see the body language really shifting now. Obviously, all the momentum on Team J-Wall's side, and I love what they're doing. We talked about how Team Clef and Prodigy are waiting for that gap shoot, but as you can see here, now they're starting to pick it up, and what they're doing is they're motioning the running back. So Fancy's motioning back and forth. It allowed J-Wall to get to the outside again, some great blocking, and then they were able to punch it in.
What is this? Goal line. All right. Yeah. You can probably shoot anything over the middle. We gotta beat the tackles.
I was like delayed.
I don't know.
You can at middle.
That was me right there. It was just late. I was a little late.
Okay.
Motion.
There is no room right now.
Be careful. Pass.
For Team Prodigy to run this stretch out of.
Probably coming back to you, Joe.
Let's go.
This is a bag.
Come on.
This is a bag.
Come on. We hold.
Nick, you hear J-Wall saying you can probably shoot it right there. What he's saying is Fancy's bringing that safety all the way down the box. So they're basically really selling out for the run. Fancy's coming down right over the center inside into the box. He's able to shoot all these runs up the middle.
Oh,
he was a little late on the previous play, but he's still right there on him.
Oh yeah, jet sweep. That's right.
Okay. I would deep blue Shazer.
No motion.
Trust me. Yeah. You try to press Street Arson. I don't know. That's fine. Time out.
You want to call it? Right.
Yeah, 100%.
They got to punt this. Yeah, they got to.
I don't know if it's the defense that J-Wall has bringing.
It's not legal.
Oh, okay.
But Team Prodigy, they've really gone away from that jet sweep we saw early.
That's Goofy. That's not us.
And they just roughed the punter, I believe.
I clicked on.
You clicked on.
Oh.
We're good. It's 11.
Wow, life for Team Prodigy.
Block that. That's not legal.
Wow, very fortunate break right there. That's a bad mistake. I believe it was Fancy that ran into the punter. That's a mistake you can't make. Because now, Team Prodigy, though, they might need to pass the ball in this situation. They have to take a chance here. You need points. That's a second chance that you can't let that pass you by.
I think we got it.
They're using the outside guys, though.
I would watch that.
Passing this one?
Be aware. We got Drew.
Yeah, we have to. We only got one time out.
All right.
I got the cross.
See, Clef wants to pass the ball.
RB.
Watch it, Sharky. Watch it, Sharky.
Nice.
There we go. Get 3 out of this. Good tackle.
Okay. You can make this. You can make this. Damn.
The 43, it'll be a 60-yard field goal.
Yeah, we just got to get a stop. I gotta figure out how
I'm
we
not gonna lie, that block looked free.
Let's see with a G. I'm thinking
ball
maybe
is
the
down, kick is up, and it
G.
is good.
They can't score.
Like they literally
can't stop us. They can't
The roughing
score.
the punter comes into play, and Team Prodigy cuts it to a 1-score game at the half.
First play.
That is a huge turn of events right there. A big break for Team Prodigy and a bad mental mistake from Team J-Wall. Now they get that field goal, and it's a 1-possession game, so that was huge to stay alive.
What's our thing? No shift first? Or
either that or no shift.
Full right.
I don't know.
Like this go right.
The other interesting thing about Mutt squads, TD, is so, for example, the offense coordinator not only calls the plays on offense, you use his offensive players on his team. The defensive coordinator, we're using his defensive players. So these guys who are playing in these 3-on-3 teams, they're not really using their whole full teams. It's a mesh of all the other players.
Yeah, it is true. And I'm sure they talked about it, who we want out there and all that stuff. As you see there, now maybe Team Prodigy has an answer for it. That time they do get the gap shoot. So this time Fancy was not able to pick it up at the running back spot.
Reminder, J-Wall and Prodigy highlighted in green. They're the offensive coordinators doing the offensive play calling and controlling the quarterback.
Right
defensive coordinator calling the defensive plays are Clef and Fancy highlighted in blue. Chiggs and Dat Boy highlighted in red are the head coach. They make the penalty decisions, timeout decisions, things like that.
Come on.
2nd and 12, and Team Prodigy might have found some defense for this QB run, forced them into a 3rd and long.
I think they did. They're going to this. Looks like an over G. They're coming right up the middle now with the gap shoot. Fancy's not able to pick it up with that Derrick Henry. Yeah, you see him in the over G. They're kind of waiting right behind the 2 defensive tackles, and they're able to shoot that right up the middle. Look for the same play again here.
Picking up the shooter. Come on. Let's go. Oh, what is that?
It was good enough. It was good enough.
Yeah, I got
see what's running backwards.
Good play. That's how we gotta do it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that is.
Saw there on 3rd and 14. They waited until the defenders had started rushing the quarterback, and then J-Wall bounces outside and picks up a 1st down.
Josh, you pick
Yeah, that's almost a backbreaker. It's almost like Team J-Wall welcomed them into the backfield that time. He just stopped, waited, and ran to the outside. So, man, it's really a chess match going on right now. It's counter versus counter. I love it.
We just gotta hit him with the ball, bro.
That would be you.
Yeah, I can't.
Just don't
go 2 man right here.
Josh, you get whoever shoots through the gap. Fancy, you get the left. Oh, here.
You gotta move the safety.
I think.
I'm on the safety.
Okay, yeah, same. What I said. So Fancy, you're getting outside. Josh, you're picking middle user there. Yeah.
Once again, good defense on 1st and 2nd down. Can Team Prodigy get off the field?
They're really clogging the middle well, but that outside to the right looked like it was going to be wide open if J-Wall could have just maybe even ran back for a second and got to the outside. So both teams are really dialed in. Now, I like the fact that J-Wall is really taking control here. He's the leader of the team, setting down the rules and aligning his guys in the right spot.
He can go left.
If you have it outside, I did.
No.
It's going hard for me. Stay left.
We could probably do the same thing we did last time.
That's me, y'all. We should have went to the G earlier.
We good, bro.
Yeah.
But that's kind of hard.
We gotta. What we should do
They had
is
2 J runs.
because then they won't be able to get their users in the gap. Yeah. We just gotta go fast because they gotta do a lot to set it up.
So you hear Clef saying we should have went to the G earlier. He's saying he should have went to the big nickel over G earlier because they're having success with that. And now J-Wall's countering that by saying, I want a quick snap him. I want to come out with some tempo.
Yes.
These guys are dialed in, really thinking a lot.
I think
what an unfortunate bounce on that punt for Team J-Wall. Team Prodigy will take it to the 20-yard line. This may be the biggest drive of the game so far. Team Prodigy looking to possibly tie the game up.
Do you think there's any way we could just whatever you want me to do?
Let's go dive.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, let's go dive.
What was my defense for now?
You want the motions? Or you trying to just snap it?
That's what I tried.
Yup.
Shoot,
Yup.
come on,
Good
man.
shoot, kid. Good shoot, kid.
They can't move, bro.
You just gotta stay disciplined, and this is easy, dog.
We can try a different form to run in.
If we expect passes, keep the hooks or something.
Seems like Team Prodigy's taken an awful long time to pick their play, and when they get to the line, they're running out of time in order to make their adjustments, and then they have to kind of hike the ball without being set. They need to get to the line a little bit quicker.
Stretch.
That block.
Oh,
tackle
Harrison! Come on.
Josh, I don't know if you could just
once again, it was Clef out there in lead block, and he looked like he went for once again the big hit, that big block, and got shedded. And because of that, the 3rd and 9 instead of possibly a first down.
Yeah, that could have been a big play right there. Team J-Wall very fortunate to get that kind of suction tackle. Now 3rd and 9 here. You know, it is a passing territory, but they're probably going to stick to the ground game. But this could potentially be 4-down territory if they get a little closer.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Checking this in.
They have to find
They're not shooting.
All right, we just eat away
Do
at
not
this four.
block it.
Yeah,
Do not go for a block.
Bro.
Stay away, J-Wall's saying. Stay away from that punter.
We got blockers. Let's go.
Come here. Oh, I froze him.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go.
set it up.
Oh, I just blocked him in the back. That was illegal.
I went for blocks.
That was illegal.
I just laid the dude out. All right, we get Trust, 1 with Lamar, and 3 with Vic.
Do you think we should just take it up the middle with Lamar, try to get Trust?
Yeah, I think right here, just take it up the middle quick.
So you hear them talking about Trust. That's one of those X-factor abilities in the game, TD. And when you're running with the quarterback, it is huge to get that ability activated.
Yeah, it's huge, and you see they go to it right there in that first play to try it. Next 2
Lamar
plays, they're going to go with
it.
Yeah, Lamar has it, so now the next 2 plays, if he's tired or they're going to take it off and put it on aggressive now, they're going to try it one more time here because you see it's lit up now with that X-factor. And then they might go to Vic after this, but let's see what they can do with the Lamar lit up.
Yeah, what that Trust ability means, their quarterback cannot fumble when running the ball. So it takes out that fear of possibly putting the pigskin on the ground. Good defense from Team Prodigy. They dropped him for a loss, so the X-Factor ability is turned off, and we're going to go to the 4th quarter in an 8-point game.
That's a fat thumb.
What a battle, and you saw him went too aggressive there, but then now it's off, so he took off aggressive. Now you'll see Vic in there at quarterback.
So Josh, you get user, fancy pull out left. I'm going fast. I'm snapping him.
Got him.
Alright.
It's cool.
Once again, we're seeing in this Mutt Squads format, TD, because you're not playing against just one user on defense, you're playing against 3 of them, both passing and running the ball. It requires a mistake or just catching the defense off guard to get big chunks of yardage.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes it so difficult to pass, too, because all the route combos you want to do, each route can be taken away by a user, and then you got to be on the same page if you're trying to pass. That's what makes it extremely difficult.
I'm risky. I'm pumping it out.
Yeah, we're literally 1 block away.
Play deep, come on. Play deep.
Bro. Literally 1 block away.
All right, it's probably stretch.
J-Wall's like Nostradamus. No, the scouting report by J-Wall once again comes up money. 8 carries, -6 yards from Maurice Jones-Drew.
Calling out the stretch, and what happens next? Blown up in the backfield right there. Team Prodigy has nothing going on offense. Team J-Wall is all over everything they want to do. You hear Chig saying we're only 1 block away, but man, it is rough right now.
Howard G.
I'm good Prodigy, right? Got picked up. There we go. Yes, sir.
We're getting picked up, so the lineman can
do lineman. We even gotta shoot the gap.
Yeah, lineman.
Because we picking up the wrong guy sometimes.
You get a stop right here.
I said go right back. That's on me. I gotta get Justin Smith. But
I gotta use this whole side.
Whatever we just
in
run,
the middle,
and I'll pick up Justin Smith.
They might do. Are they just gonna run?
Clef calling out that he wants to go right back to the same play.
See what I'm saying?
There we go. Let's go.
Like, we pick them up, it's a good run.
They have to, I think, but I mean,
And it looks like Team Prodigy's going to punt this ball away, TD. There's just not that much time left on the clock, but they're trusting their defense to get a 3-and-out and give them a chance to tie this game up.
Yeah, I think with the way they're playing offense and with the way this mode is, it's the right decision. 3 minutes to go, still 3 timeouts. They're playing good defense, but it's do or die right now. If you're Team J-Wall, this is your put-away drive. If you're Team Prodigy, you got to get this stop.
No motion.
All right, quick snap, go left. I'm going fast. So just be ready. I'm literally spamming it. I'm not going to control it. All right, Fancy.
You hear J-Wall saying they want to use tempo now. They want to go fast. They want to hike it before Team Prodigy is ready.
That's probably been the best looks we've got, but rather than, other than just to pull left.
Look on the left side. Vic only needs one more positive rush to have Truz activated. They got Lamar Jackson in the game at quarterback, though. They've had a little more success with Lamar here in the second half.
Get them
Fancy, get him. Okay, I'll pull. Let's go. Oh, he said it. Take it to 2. Wow.
That was good, though. That was good.
Run.
That looked perfect.
Pick up the user. One of you has to pick up the user, and I'm gonna have space.
That was very close to a big play. J-Wall cut back to the right. He waited for the block up the middle, and then it was kind of a one-on-one right there, but they got the shed for the tackle.
Yeah, they're just mirroring it. Because we're so far deep when he commits to a hole, it's like...
If we get this first...
Out my way linebacker.
I mean,
I think it's real.
Yeah. First down here won't end the game, but it certainly will make the task for Team Prodigy even harder. A stop here, and they have a decent shot with a full complement of timeouts.
Watch, run left. I'm going.
And once again, the gap discipline from Team Prodigy, making sure there aren't any of those lanes for the quarterback to run through.
Yeah, and it was Clef up the middle right there with that Derwin James stopping it in the backfield. And this is what they wanted. Now they use that timeout. So right here, Nick, this is the game right now. Using that timeout, this is their guap drive, their money drive. They need to be able to score a touchdown.
Question is, Ty, can they move the ball? What are they going to do offensively? Because I don't know if they even have positive yardage at this point.
It looked good. I just got
Yeah, I don't either. I think what they're talking about previous drive is that they're going to go back to that power G. They felt like they had something here. Look for them to audible over to the power G. Clef wants to be able to pick up this blocker. They think they had something. Let's see if they go back to it. They are.
Yeah.
They got a yard.
All right, be ready.
It's going to take a while, 1 yard at a time, but it is positive yardage.
Looks like they might go to the air now, coming out in trips. So they might go right back to that play, but Team J-Wall is going to call a timeout, set things away. But like you said, Nick, I know it's starting to get a sense of urgency here. You might need to pass the ball in these situations now and make something happen.
If it's on the outside, I'll follow it.
Watch the corner route to Calvin.
I'm going to do it. We don't even need a motion if they ain't man, honestly.
What does Calvin have?
I think it'll be a crosser. Two crosser?
Yeah. Got your block. I got your block.
Uh-oh. There goes Kittle. He's got room and a first down. Big play. Ty, it's the route that every Madden player bashes their head against the wall to try to figure out how to stop the delay fade to the tight end.
The most hated route in Madden, the tight end delay fade. And let's talk about the lead block from Chiggs. Great recognition from Prodigy. He waited, hit the tight end delay fade, and then Chiggs lays the wood on the left side, allowing for really the first big play of the game for Team Prodigy.
We can run. It's 10 seconds right here. We might as well run.
Like this inside zone.
Go back to the goal line run?
Yeah, we can inside zone it out of trip. We'll get a good run.
Ty, why is that delay fade so hard to stop?
Because as a user defender, you're worrying about all these other routes, crossing routes, slants, posts. Then all of a sudden, you're not thinking about the tight end delay fade. It comes out of the backfield. No one's manned up to it, and boom, it's right over the middle for a big play.
Okay, no one can drop in there.
You really need to, as a user, you really need to stay with the tight end delay fade to have a chance to slow it down.
Yeah. I'm watching this ag. That's ag. That's the ag. That's the deep out. That's deep out.
Yup.
Yes, sir. That's defense.
And see, Nick, exactly what you just asked me is what they just did. You saw right there. They tried to release the tight end delay fade, but Team J-Wall was all over it. They had two users waiting in the middle of the field for that route specifically, so just a great adjustment from Team J-Wall.
For the motion slam, maybe?
Remember, the loser of this game will select the game mode and the player for game number 2 in this best-of-3 series.
What you want?
Yeah.
How motion over?
That's the deep out.
No, we got snap. Probably trying to man snap. Good defense, baby. One more.
I don't know how we're gonna pass.
One more down.
More down.
I say
Here's your ball game.
maybe corner route Kittle and try to get it to him quick. We got short end on him, right?
Yeah, I could do the smart route.
Yeah, try to get it to him.
I'm talking about the ability on George Kittle.
I'm streak with X if I gotta throw it out.
You mean short out elite. So on quick out routes, he has improved catching.
Kill him.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Wow, a drop
He dropped it.
on the angle route. Cam Chancellor prized that ball free, and that should seal the victory for Team J-Wall.
He's shedding you to the
Wow, they actually cooked up a phenomenal dot. They all ran to the tight end corner route, and then the slant came across the middle. It was open, but the hit stick from Team J-Wall likely seals the first game of the series.
Josh, you're picking up middle.
Yep.
Ty, and that seems like a moment.
Yeah, I didn't.
Surprised there wasn't a possession catch there just to make sure the first down is picked up.
Agreed. It looked like they went with the rat catch. If that's a possession catch, you know, it's probably a first down right now. So
honestly,
tough decision right there. And Team J-Wall very fortunate to get that hit stick.
He has stress on. I don't have it on. I have it on conservative.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think the same thing.
Yep.
One timeout left for Team Prodigy. A first down officially ends it. And there's that big truzz coming into play. A hit stick on the quarterback, but Vic holds onto the ball.
Exactly, and that's why that ability is so good, because if that's not the big trust ability, that's probably a fumble right there with the way they just laid that hit stick. So you see it there lit up. That's a huge beneficial factor for Team J-Wall.
We need to play quick. Like, we need to get him in the backfield quick, you know what I'm saying?
This punt is gonna be
the
sky punt.
Looks like a
take a delay.
5 second difference between the play clock and the game clock. So Ty probably with the high punt. They won't even let him get a chance to return it and can end this game.
Yeah, if you're Team J-Wall, you got to expect a delay game here. Maybe a timeout at 1 second on the play clock, and then, like you said, a sky punt. It's probably not even going to give Team Prodigy a chance at a return.
So just sky punt this middle, full
Punt
power
tight.
or what?
Punt tight, sky punt. Yeah, full power. I think they would have got field goal range off.
By the way, how about Fancy directing the special teams? I've listened. He has a storied history with special teams from the club championship.
Yeah, at least he's not the one doing the punting, because we saw what happened with that. So J-Wall's going to punt it, but he is taking the advice from Fancy. So let's see how this goes.
You think so? It's a sky punt.
You want to call time out and think about it?
Sorry. I'm punting it.
It's the kick.
I'll take this out.
Yeah. Come here, baby.
Has to return it.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
And that's your ball game.
Zeros
on the clock.
That was super scary.
And Team J-Wall
super scary.
takes the Mud Squads game. They take a 1-0 lead. Now Team Prodigy will select the game mode of the player.
I have no idea.
But how about the play from Team J-Wall putting 2 touchdowns on the board?
Yeah, impressive performance from Team J-Wall. This is what I thought would happen. They got the win. Now we'll see what they choose here.
Good job. All right.
Y'all thinking draft for this one, right?
Yeah, draft.
Draft or mud, either or. But yeah, go draft. Go draft. They're going to choose one of us.
Go draft here? Okay. We'll go draft and I'm playing.
There it is.
Wow. Mutt Draft getting chosen again, and Prodigy putting himself on the line. He will represent Team Prodigy. Let's listen in to Team J-Wall as they get the decision.
Let's close it up.
playing draft. J-Wall.
Wow.
So it will be J-Wall and Prodigy in Mutt Draft. Tyler Davis, we're seeing a lot of Mutt Draft here on the first 2 quarterfinals.
Yeah, we are. It's a little surprising. You know, we thought that Team TNC, Team J-Wall was going to win this squad. The thing I wanted to see was in Game 2, who does Prodigy choose? What does he choose? And he goes with himself. He puts himself into the battle, and it's going to be Mutt Draft. So this is very interesting. I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Well, what a game 1 we had, and we have so much more to come. When we come back, we'll break down the action, talk about the upcoming game, and we'll reveal those NFL Draft past players that'll be releasing into the game tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss it.
The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Chunky, soup that eats like a meal, and in part by Gillette. Go all out with an exclusive offer on NFL team razors at gillette.com/Madden.
First play of lunch. Oh, I gotta see that again. He's looking at not 1, not 2, not 3, but 19 grams of protein per can in Chunky chicken noodle. That'll fill him up. Campbell's Chunky, soup that eats like a meal.
Gillette Pro Glide and Pro Glide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to give virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you start the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Madden Bowl Draft Edition.
Davis over on 3rd and 14.
The miracle is complete. John Beast has done it.
What we are witnessing right now is something special. 32-0 versus some of the best Madden players in the world.
Team Dockery, they are your yard champions. A mistake from Fancy. We thought it was over. We got overtime. Randy Moss walking off. Yo, Fancy. Touchdown. And Wesley, it's on to the final lane. A clutch money drive. And J-Wall just sealed himself the belt.
We have a new Madden champion.
No one likes living with a broken phone.
You broke your phone.
So Verizon broke the rules. For the first time ever, new and current customers can trade in their old and damaged phones for up to $800 off our best 5G phones. Because at Verizon, the network is just the beginning.
The Madden Championship Series is brought to you in part by Verizon. 5G built for gamers.
I wasn't sure. I didn't want to lose out of fun. I didn't want to lose out of fun.
Well, the chemistry within Team J-Wall on display as they get the win here tonight in Game 1 of the quarterfinals. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Double Coverage, powered by Verizon 5G. Alongside one great user and our wonderful play-by-play and color crew, Nick Mazesco and Tyler Davis, I'm Katie Emmer. And guys, Game 1's out of the way, user. What were your thoughts from what you saw, how Team J-Wall was able to pull this one out?
You know, I was surprised at the chemistry that Team J-Wall had. I had a feeling that, you know, Team Prodigy was going to lose. Let's be honest. I watched them play in the Discord. I've been watching them play over the past couple of days, and they look pretty cheeks. And I'm just being honest, so I pretty much understood this was going to be the position they was in. They believed in that 3-3-5 wide, and I knew good and well from squads play it wasn't going to happen. J-Wall came out there getting real sticky icky. Ooh-wee with Michael Vick. Just displaying all types of stick. Prodigy throwing books right there. You know, you can't do that in squads play. And they pretty much stuck to the run all the way to the end of the game when they was forced to pass. And to be honest, and they started to cook up dots. And, you know, possibly if Shiggs' possession catch that pass, they maybe could have had a first down, but I'm not sure if they still would have scored. But either way, I felt like this was going to be the position Team Prodigy was going to be in.
Yeah, Team J-Wall was impressive. And user, I got to ask you though, you know, you thought this was going to happen. We kind of all did. But did you expect Prodigy to choose himself in Mud Draft? Or did you think he was going to maybe put your guy Clef in there in this big money matchup coming up?
I mean, it's tough, but you're the captain. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why you're a captain. Everyone wants to put the games on their shoulder. You know, no one wants to sit back and watch anyone else decide their fate. So I understand this role. Both captains, J-Wall saying, I'm going to close it out, and Prodigy saying, hey, I'm going to give us life. Will Prodigy be able to replicate what Dusty did yesterday? It will be determined. Them going Mutt Draft. No one's going full Mutt, which is a big surprise to me. But Prodigy, I believe he can get it done, even though J-Wall has been one of the hottest players this year.
I mean, I'm just checking. Like, let me look. No, it is Monday. We are on a different day. How about the parallels to yesterday? Remember, Team Dusty couldn't get it going on the ground. They started passing the fourth quarter when they were losing. They cooked up some dots. It wasn't enough. And what happened in game number 2? They threw the captains out there in Mutt Draft. Will the fate be different this time? We'll wait to see. But I can't believe how this is playing out almost identical to yesterday.
Yeah. Truly never say never. Once again, J-Wall getting the win and his team here in Game 1. But as all of you are mentioning, this upcoming game, Prodigy choosing himself in Mutt Draft going up against J-Wall. TD, I'll throw back the question to you that you asked user. How surprised, if you are you that Prodigy went with himself over Clef?
You know, I am a little surprised. The thing that stands out to me is I don't think either of these guys have played a lot of Mutt Draft. Look, J-Wall qualified through the club championship, which was full Mutt. You know what I mean? So he was already locked in. And then you got Prodigy who qualified through Last Chance qualifier, which was also an Ultimate Team. So these guys really haven't played a lot of Mutt Draft. I think Prodigy does have a little bit of the advantage because he's more of a freestyle type player. He's really good at regs, so I think he has a small advantage. But man, it's hard to doubt J-Wall. He's just won 140,000. He's on top of the world. He's got all the confidence. So I am a little surprised he went with himself over Clep. At the end of the day, like you just said, he's the captain. If he put himself into this, he drafted his team. He's going to put himself in this big matchup.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I think that it's interesting because we saw yesterday Team Dusty saving Noah for that third game was clutch because Noah was able to come up with a victory. But I'm surprised you don't take Clef in Mutt Draft because he did qualify through the challenge. He played in the challenge. I do think it was more interesting to see Team J-Wall put J-Wall into this game because remember, not only did J-Wall qualify through the Madden Club Championship, he never had to play this mode. Prodigy did actually play in the challenge. He might not have qualified through it, but he did actually Hands it to Michael Turner, and Turner will walk into the end zones. Head, shoulders, knees, and touchdowns for J-Wall.
One stop, bro.
J-Wall showing off that elite stick work rating that he got on the player ratings. Just a little stop and go, and boom, he takes the early lead.
Just a little bit. I mean, that is T.Y. Hilton. That's a savvy veteran at receiver.
He's sure-handed.
He's a sure-handed target.
I think they're still talking about that fortunate catch for J-Wall that kept the drive alive. Look at this one more time. Too easy for Turner.
Yeah, Michael Turner looking good right there. A little stop and go, and they are still talking about that corner out to the sidelines. You hear J-Wall. T.Y. Hilton, the savvy veteran. T.Y. Hilton doesn't make a lot of aggressive catches, but he did right there, and J-Wall needed it. He's very fortunate.
I actually hate that guy.
Can you use Eric? Eric.
I'm interested to see the role that Clef and Chiggs play for Prodigy. They're pretty quiet early in this game. Clef doesn't even look like he's looking at the game right now. Might be looking at some game film on his phone, but, you know, Prodigy, a quiet individual. He's not the most boisterous person. So I'm curious if Clef and Chiggs play into that and let Prodigy do his thing, or if they're a little more vocal.
Yeah, it's a great, question, because did Prodigy tell them maybe, hey, listen, I don't really want any help. I just want to lock in and play my game, and maybe his teammates were cool with that. So that's what seems to be the plan right now. As you said, Clef doesn't look like he's watching the game right now. He looks like he's on his phone. Maybe he is watching some film. You see Chiggs watching, but they haven't said anything yet to Prodigy. I would expect after this first drive to get a feel for it, and then maybe later in the game they'll start to chime in.
Let's bring in one great user. Our pick. You said this was how you saw it go, and you said they didn't look great in squads. Now we got Prodigy on the field. What are you hoping to see from Prodigy as we open this game up?
Well, look, I'm glad y'all two asked the question. Fortunately for y'all, I know the answer for that. I talked to these guys in the Discord, and they was like, look, at the end of the day, I feel like the best thing we could do is just help a person reading the coverage. That's about it. Other than that, I'm not really going to say much, We're just going to let the person make the plays.
Oh, he got lucky.
That's a dot. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, is that hey, user, is that a dot? Is that a dot or is that a J-Wall dot?
That's a J-Wall dot. That's a J-Wall dot. That's a J-Wall dot. But listen, J-Wall got away with it. Why can't Prodigy get away with it? You feel me? But these guys, what they're going to take the approach is Clef and Prodigy say, hey, man, we feel like we're not going to try to coach you up because we don't want to throw you off the game. What we're going to do, if you need some help reading coverages on offense, that's what I'll tell you. And that's why you see them taking the silent approach right here. Now, whether or not that's going to work to their advantage or not, I don't know. If I'm Prodigy, I want you talking to me. But, I always like things a little bit hectic, nigga.
I know it. By the way, listen, Ty and User can do this. Y'all need to go to Twitter and check out the tweet that our man, the legend Alex Nunez, just put out. He just put a picture of the War Room, and our man, the competitive community manager, RG, rocking no sleeves. He's looking tough out there. I don't want to mess with that man.
G been in the gym? I got to check this tweet out. Our guy RG, man, rocking no sleeves. Love it.
Laser. That's a beam.
Good 7, man.
I didn't even see who that was.
Have too, man.
Shout out to User for hopping. That's Dallas Goddard with the catch.
Great little flood concept right there. You see the corner out to the sidelines. He had a streak over there as well. Then he had the drag on the backside. Great read.
Nice drive here from Prodigy. Not a word said from Clef or Chiggs yet. Wait, we just heard a oof from Clef.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
First time Clef has spoken, and Prodigy went to the same exact play. He went back to that flood concept. Dual drags underneath with that corner out, but this time J-Wall, great user. He was all over the corner out.
I'm going to switch this to perp.
I had no idea that Prodigy had two teammates going with the blocky approach to conversation. Less is more. Shout out to my guy Blocky. I think he said 4 total words to me, and I've known him for 3 years.
Nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Oh, he's the best.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Defense. Defense.
And a legal forward pass. Wow, so they both got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. After we saw Mitch Trubisky on the field yesterday, they both get the best release in the game.
Yeah, very fortunate. You see Prodigy, he's really switching up his formations a lot here, sticking a lot in this gun-tight doubles. But now, with this being MUT draft, having no abilities, things like that, it gets even more difficult than it already is down here in the red zone. You saw that right there, the throw away, the penalty, and now a tough 3rd and 15 inside the 23. Really difficult to convert this.
Jim Thorpe at running back. On the left hip of Aaron Rodgers, the former Cal Golden Bear. Back to pass, in trouble, and down goes Rodgers.
Stop, bro.
Now we go get
Daniil Hunter with the sack.
Should have 2 picks last draft. Should have 2 picks last draft, bro.
I'm getting cheated.
Go get 7, bro. Go get 7.
That was a win for both teams right there, right? For J-Wall, you held him to 3. For Prodigy, you needed points on the board to stay live. And I love the positive reinforcement from Chigs. First time we've really heard anything out of the other 2 guys from Team Prodigy. Chigs saying, look, you should have had 2 picks on the first drive. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Reminder, if you're just tuning in, we're in MUT draft mode. So each of these players went through a 23-round draft. You had 3 players to choose from in each round. They built out their team. They also drafted their playbooks.
This is it. This is it.
No abilities, no X Factor, no superstar, no abilities whatsoever here in MUT draft.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Willis McGahee. Willis McGahee.
Willis.
He's on his horse. Down to the 24.
Hey, take this clock. Take this clock with you.
Team J-Wall is feeling it right now, and this stick work is vicious from J-Wall. You see Team J-Wall's fired up, capping for their boy right now. He flipped the base to go to the left side, and it was wide open. Just a little stop and go, and J-Wall's already cooking again in business.
Oh, I just love this. I love this play. I think it's a I just think it's a I'm sorry. That's not okay. I'm sorry. I had a touchdown.
Roll out right there. That's definitely
That's an easy touchdown.
He had a wide open touchdown. Yeah, to the left seam right there. Y was wide open, streaking down the middle. You heard him say it. He just missed it.
Out of tricks.
Remember, guys, at halftime, we're giving away some of those new NFL draft items into the game of Ultimate Team, so make sure you're active in the chat. Let me know which one of those items you want to grab. We'll have a dump truck at the end of the night as well. Plenty of giveaways here during Day 2 of the Madden NFL 21 Bowl Draft Edition. Ty, you going to enter those giveaways?
I need to. I need that Jamal Adams.
Yeah, I've got my lurk tags in the chat. Mick Nizesko, one
we should
greater
just call
user.
You, Nick Beast, John Mizesko, since, you know, you want to just be like our guy John Beast. That's cool.
Who wouldn't want to be like John Beast?
He can't stop this. I promise you, he can't stop
True. The yard champion, Steelers club champion.
Oh, I kind of want to pass her here. I'm not going to lie.
Might be the swaggiest guy in the tournament. We'll see him later.
That I'm going to have something open that I want to
I thought I was close enough to his sticking. I was thinking. Yeah, it's on you, bro.
I'm gonna go back to tight, man. That was so open. That was so open. If I just get time.
How about the different formations we're seeing? J-Wall going to gun tight, something we don't usually see in competitive Madden, but a lot more freestyling here in MUT Draft.
Yeah, he's going to look for that halfback wheel flat combo. No, he's going to audible down to the base again. He had some success on that earlier.
Get it, Turner. Get it, Turner.
Michael
Turner.
Here's on my head. I'm a motion out.
Looks like you crashing on the
I'm crashing out sometimes, bro.
Audible back the base, and I'm gonna just quickly flip this because you can flip it so fast.
Timeout taken by Team Prodigy. You know, we talk about Ty in squads and in MUT Draft, the importance of freestyling. What is freestyling, and you know, how do you get better at playing the game like you have to here in squads and in MUT Draft?
Yeah, freestyling is important, especially, you know, one of the best freestyles ever is the guy Serious Mo. Same with Problem Right. These guys, what it is if you're boxed, if you're in a bag, if you're really struggling, you can kind of think outside the box. You can create things as you go, whether it be when you hike the ball, you try to roll out, you know, hit a playmaker up the field. You got to think outside the box. When things aren't going your way, you just got to try some other stuff. And that's why you see guys, like for me, I've never been a good freestyle player. I'm more of a guy that needs a system. I need to have the reps in. I'm a horrible freestyler. Some guys are better like that. It really is a talent, though, in my opinion. And for me, Prodigy is one of those guys that can do that really well. As you see here, he's switching up formations. He's doing different things when he's on offense. Jay Wall, more of a system player, but he can freestyle if needed as well.
My life before, but
and I mean, we saw one of the great freestylers last night in Noah. How about a little bit later this week? Drini. He's might be the best in the game at freestyling.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. Those are two of the best in the game right now.
Big third down. Big third down. Turner stopped at the 2. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Oh, is it 2? What's the spot?
I think it's 4th and a short 2, but it looks like Jay Wall is going to come out and field goal.
If he motions him,
this is big decision right here. And for Prodigy, this is a huge win regardless. He's going to take his field goal. So for Prodigy, not giving up that touchdown right there keeps him in this game. That is huge.
I was worried about making it.
Is the fact that we're in Mutt draft, does that affect the decision making? If we're in full Mutt, is Jay Wall going for it there?
Maybe cover 3.
It's still a tough call. Just take a look at the replay here. This power O just barely comes up short. That looks like 4th and 1 to me.
That looks like
I can't
4th and a yard.
Yeah,
we need to check the refs on that one.
That is crazy. I think I still think in Mutt, with that being 4th and 2, he's not going to go for it. I think 4th and 1 in Mutt, of 1,000% he's going for it. He probably will even go for it here if it was 4th and 1.
Legend Jim Thorpe at running back. That is one tall running back.
Got him.
I didn't know he was.
Uh-oh. Darius Hayward Bay over the top. Touchdown for Team Prodigy. Some emotion. Look at Clef the God getting pumped for his team. A point away from tying it up.
Just enough.
Way to stand up for yourself, young Prodigy. An absolute laser beam. Looked like kind of a cover 3 bomb. Jay Wall messed up his user, and Prodigy is back in business. Tie ball game.
Here, Jay Wall saying that's a silly mistake. Let's take a look at this one more time, TD. What do you see here from Prodigy?
Yeah, it's a rollout corner with the streak behind it. Kind of a cover 3 bomb. Look for the streak, and then Jay Wall takes his defender off of the streak, allowing Prodigy to rat catch that into the end zone.
Now Jay Wall with an opportunity to put points on the board before halftime. He might have his rollout, a little crosser. Does he get it in bounds? What a defensive play to keep the feet from being in bounds.
Okay.
Very fortunate right there. It's tough to roll out in Mutt draft without having that escape artist, that gunslinger. It was a great route combo. Prodigy came and bit on the backside dig, allowing that crosser to get open, but just couldn't get the feet down.
And I wouldn't even really shoot. If he want to run the ball right here, let him run.
Yeah, no timeouts.
I say let him run the ball. Don't even shift.
It's Clef saying, don't even bother shifting. Linemen, linebackers, let them run the ball. They can give that up here with 40 seconds and no timeouts. Uh-oh, he might have Y. Oh, he might have had Y for a touchdown. Big defense there from Prodigy.
He might have had Y right there. And now finally we see Clef engaged. For about the first 9 minutes of this game, Clef was not engaged in this. Now Prodigy stepping it up. His team's involved, and we have a great game going.
Have that.
Let's come out here, get a start.
Very cool with that, bro. Good half, boy.
Yeah, boy. Let's go get 7. Go get 7, boy.
Now up and Clef the God pumping up Prodigy. Big fight from Prodigy, able to get a late touchdown to tie this one up, and we will go to halftime all square. TD, nothing more you can ask for in an all-important game, too.
No doubt about it. J-Wall started early, started great, and Prodigy, being the fighter that he is, came right back, and we have a dead heat 10-10 going into halftime.
Well, it should be a great finish to this one, kid. Team Prodigy, stay alive. Team J-Wall looking confident still. We are all square at the half inside a Mutt Draft of game number 2. As we said, it is halftime, and so we have some items to give away. Some of those NFL draft items. First with that 99 overall Matt Stafford AO Magic Man. I'm not sure if that's one of Boogs' lurk tags, but AO Magic Man, you got that Matt Stafford, 99 overall QB, now with the Los Angeles Rams. How about Jamal Adams? Buckeye Pete, 77. OH, baby. Congrats to Buckeye Pete. And last but not least, Keyshawn Johnson, Jets legend. Real Cold Steel 69. Real Cold Steel 69, congratulations. Congrats to all of our winners. Remember, we'll have that dump truck giveaway at the end of the night.
The miracle is complete. John Beast has done it.
What we are witnessing right now is something special. 32-0 versus some of the best Madden players in the world.
Team Dockery, they are your yard champions. A mistake from Fancy. We thought it was over. We got overtime. Randy Moss walking off. Yo, Fancy. Touchdown. And Wesley, it's on to the final lane. A clutch money drive. And J-Wall just sealed himself the belt.
We have a new Madden champion.
All right, if for some reason you missed it, shout out to our guy Alex Nunez, one of the best guys out there. Saints of the War Root. TD, I had no idea that RG stood for rocking the guns. Look at the sleeveless shirt. If you've ever played basketball with him, you know that those pythons get in the way.
Oh, no doubt about it. RG's a beast on the court. Hey, RG might need to join the Tank Top twins over here. He's looking good, you know, with the cutoff, the no sleeve. I love it.
Also, big shout out to our guy Royce in there. Andrew Eshenik, Spinks, the biggest Eagles fan. I think I saw that logo behind him. Shout out to everybody. Ronnie, Matt, shout out to the entire crew behind the scenes. It's a full production here for this Madden Bowl. How about Team Prodigy fighting at the end? Prodigy gets the late touchdown in the half and starts off with the ball here with an opportunity to take control.
Yeah, it was really a huge momentum shift there at the end of this first half. And now Prodigy getting the ball here, staying in that gun-tight doubles. He's looked pretty good in it so far. He feels real comfortable in this formation.
There we go.
But did Clef change jerseys? Was he wearing the Titans jersey earlier? Now he's rocking the Bucks jersey? Did we have a wardrobe change?
Had to switch up the style. Maybe it's good luck. That Bucks Brady jersey. You know my guy Brady might bring some good luck to the team.
What are you doing? Let's go. Come on. Come on.
First try from Prodigy. It's going to end in a punt.
Should not be a game.
He wasn't. I saw he wasn't. I wasn't like ready to shoot. So I was catching.
Johnny Hecker boots that to the 28-yard line. So
what do we like?
Ty, not a lot of time came off the clock there. Team Prodigy 3 and out. And now J-Wall just has an opportunity with, he still looks very confident. Doesn't look at all disturbed by the fact that Prodigy's able to get the late touchdown.
No, he doesn't. He's always confident. You heard Fancy saying this shouldn't even be a game. They feel like they're outplaying Prodigy. And that was one of the quickest 3-and-outs you'll ever see. Like you said, J-Wall really trying to establish this quick base out of this spread formation. He's going back to it right there. Had some success with it. Remember, we're in Mutt Draft, so it's a little bit more difficult to pass, trying to establish the ground game. It looks like he's going to go back to that trips tight end now.
No X-Factor abilities here in Mutt Draft. Remember, J-Wall didn't have to play MUT Draft this year since he qualified through the club championship for the Madden Bowl. Des Bryant on the drag route. He'll pick up 8.
And that play call is a staple of J-Wall's offense. He has a corner route going to the wide side of the field. We always talk about the hash marks. J-Wall is a master at using the hash marks effectively, getting his trips to the wide side. He motioned over a drag, checked it down to him, picked up positive yardage.
Might be a run, or he might run the crosser with the backside in.
Looking for Vernon Davis on that flat route. It's not there. And great defense from Prodigy. Cleft the God, pumping up his team. 4th and 6, probably going to force a punt.
Great defense by Prodigy. Went with zone coverage, but you saw it. He took away the hitch. He also took away the motion, the C route on the wide side. Just great defense by Prodigy. And both these guys start in the second half with some 3 and outs.
First and 10.
You can feel the tension building, Nick. It's like both teams are silent. No one's taking the advantage right now. This is high-level John Madden football.
Jim Thorpe.
Run, boy. Good run.
Picking up 5.
He almost slipped.
I have 3 different runs in there, so I have dive, 26 there, and stretch. So I don't think he can shoot.
Back to the I-4, back to Jim Thorpe. Prodigy rocking that run offense. He'll pick up another 4. Set up a 3rd and a yard.
That's what has made Prodigy so good over these last few years. He's very balanced with his approach. He's going to mix up formations. He's not going to stay in one formation all game usually. He's going to be balanced with the run and the pass. He's very difficult to game plan for because he can do so many different things within his offense.
They come out in gun-tight doubles. Now he'll shift down to I-form, 2 wide set. Go to the run game, and Thorpe will pick up the first down and more to the 37-yard line.
First down, bro.
Great play call from Prodigy. You see him, he's subbing in a running back in that tight doubles formation so that he can audible down to this I-form slot look. Just a simple power O to the weak side of the defense, allowing him to get to the outside for a nice gain.
He passed. A late fade?
I might have been able to throw it, but I didn't want to. Scared of this.
You in full control.
Now you see on the play call screen right there, TD, Aaron Rodgers at a yellow right now. Fatigue, a major portion of the game this year in Madden 21.
Yeah, it's so important. You know, yellow is okay, you can manage it, but when he gets down to red, orange or red, you really need to, you know, waste some more of this clock to allow him to get that energy back. Sometimes you even need to call a timeout for him to get that energy back. So looks like Prodigy's okay with him being yellow though, but that can play a factor as far as throwing and different things like that.
Higher fumble risk, not quite as much zip on the ball when they pass it. 2nd and 10, and once again, Prodigy back-to-back pass plays and back-to-back throwaways.
Yeah, and Prodigy's being a little bit impatient in the pocket. He's rolling out a little bit too fast. Those block sheds are really coming around the edge out of J-Wall's nickel defense, and Prodigy had no choice but to throw it away.
Exactly.
3rd down and 10.
Kill him.
Oh, wheel route. Oh, Thorpe caught it. Broke a tackle. It's going to be 4th and short. What a catch from the legend, Jim Thorpe, who needs a face mask. They gave him the first down.
They gave him the first down. There has been some questionable. The referees in this game need to be questioned. Yeah, the referees need to be in question because that did not look like a first down. Either J-Wall went to try to bring the heat, Prodigy recognized it, and he fell forward with that Thorpe. Wow.
Why not? Go back to Thorpe on the ground.
He can't be that.
We might need to call the referees to the stand after this game, the press conference, because these referees have a lot of questions to answer.
The press is going to want to talk to him. 4's up in the chat. We're going to the fourth quarter. All tied up. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Second and long. Both sides very quiet right now.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jim Thorpe. This Jim Thorpe is a beast, breaking tackles left and right.
He is a monster right now. You hear him just saying, "Get off of me."
Guys, when you turn on Regs mode in Madden 22, which team will you be choosing to play with? Trevor Lawrence or Kyle Pitts? How about Trey Lance? Tune in to find out this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN for Round 1 coverage of the 2021 NFL Draft. Cannot wait to see where some of these players go. We heard the rumors, TD. San Francisco not going Justin Fields. It's between Mac Jones and Trey Lance.
Yeah, which is a little interesting. I'm a little surprised by it, but yeah, we saw there's so many rumors going around on Twitter right now, which is the fun part of it. I can't wait to see if my Patriots trade down for a quarterback, but yeah, a little surprised by the Niners not taking Justin Fields.
Oh, he's going to something else now.
Yeah, I ain't mad for going for this.
4th down and 6, 49-yard line. What does Team Prodigy do here? What does Prodigy do in Mutt Draft? He's going for it. He's laying it all on the line.
Biggest play of the game.
Just over midfield. From the shotgun, Rodgers back to pass. Only a 2-man rush from J-Wall. Stepping up, corner route. It's picked off by Fuller.
Yeah.
Big defensive play for J-Wall.
Great user from J-Wall. I thought Prodigy might have had the delay fade, but he didn't throw it. Probably even could have low passed it. He went with the crossing route, and J-Wall was just all over it. Prodigy was forced to throw a book, and now J-Wall in complete control of this game.
Honestly, though, it might be better for Prodigy that he picked it off because it's actually 15 yards farther from where J-Wall would have taken it if he had just gotten the stop. Michael Turner picks up a couple.
Oh, my God.
And now if you're J-Wall, you got to think that clock starts to become a factor here. Look for J-Wall to start to hike the ball, at about 1 or 2 seconds on the play clock. He wants to make this the last drive of the game.
Fight. Cut. He just want to run, but he don't want to pass right now. He don't want to pass right now, bro. He really don't.
I'll say set up double flat just in case, though. Short down like this, he's going to try to just attack.
You think
corner to flat.
5:15 or?
I'll say 5:20.
He's in trips.
Yeah, I'll say 5:15 or 5:20.
You're Clef talking about the adjustments for the zone drops, how far back those zones play on defense, trying to guard both the flat and the corner route, because that is the route combo J-Wall likes to run. And look, you've got a streak and a corner on one side anyways. 3rd and 2. There's nowhere to pass. Down goes Rodgers. What defense from Prodigy?
And Prodigy is very fortunate because he got stuck on his D tackle, but with the double Mabel defense like you were just talking about with the double flats, there was nothing open. So Prodigy's user was messed up, but his coverage was so good that there was nothing for J-Wall to throw.
You get stop, please, man.
Ty, the offense from Prodigy, it's been very up and down. It seems like at times he's moving the ball, and then he'll get stuck. What do you want to see from Prodigy? Is this a point where you want to see him pass it more or run it more?
No, I want to stick to his game plan. Go balance. He had a couple of those power O runs that were decent. His passing attack has really struggled in the second half, though, so he does need to get a little bit better with that. He seems to be going to kind of the same plays over and over when he does pass. He needs to switch that part of his game up a little bit, but you see him there. He's going to stick to his game plan. He's going to be balanced. I like that, but the passing definitely needs to improve.
Let's see if Clef or Chigs chimes in here, if they're going to let Prodigy run his offense.
Tackle, good hit.
Jim Thorpe picks up 4. 3rd and 5, big 3rd down.
Yeah, and keep an eye on that play he just ran right there. The power O out of the gun wide trips. He hasn't really gone to that much, but it looked like a nice little seam up the middle right there. Even if he doesn't go back to it on this play, look for him to potentially go back to that run later on if he converts this first down.
Tackle.
He's going to go back to it.
Oh, come
Gonna
on!
go back to it, and
man.
Thorpe rolls over the tackle.
bad.
Jim Thorpe's been fighting for yards all game long, and J-Wall is annoyed that he had the stop, but Thorpe fought for it.
If Prodigy goes on to win this game, Jim Thorpe has been his MVP. No doubt about it. That is a huge conversion.
Tackle.
Thorpe again picks up 5.
It's even better. Take the clock with you right here, too.
And you saw J-Wall right there. He was ready for the gap shoot. Prodigy went down to that dive out of I-form and was able to pick up that gap shoot with the fullback, allowed him to get to the outside.
See how much clock Prodigy uses here.
Tackle. Tackle.
Thorpe will pick up a yard. 3rd and 4.
Let's hold it right here.
Now, this is an interesting play call for Prodigy here because you can still run the ball here. Whole playbook's open. He went to that power O that he's had some success with. J-Wall was ready for it. Prodigy going to go back to the tight doubles. This could be a quick base, could be a little corner route. Let's see what he does. Big play in the ball game.
Hasn't thrown a pass on this drive. It's been all Thorpe. Looks like he's setting up for a pass here.
Defense. Pump me my rock.
Wow, the defense was stellar there.
Come on.
4th and 4. Decision time.
Excellent defense from J-Wall. Does Prodigy, 56 seconds, this is a really dangerous call. Does he go aggressive? Does he go conservative? Looks like he's going to punt it away.
Let's go. Get a 3 and out.
I'm kind of worried about
Get the ball back with better field position.
Here Clef saying punt the ball. He's got Johnny Hecker booting this one away. Is there a punt dot from Prodigy? This one looks pretty solid.
What happened?
Oh,
What a dot from Prodigy. That was a tight window, but he used his last timeout, so he's not in field goal range. He still needs about 8 yards here, and he's not in field goal range, so you got to get out of bounds. You can't take a sack. You can't get tackled in bounds, or we're going to overtime.
That makes it much easier to defend for J-Wall.
That should be. That's huge.
It's going to take. So that's a false start that happens if you audible too many times here in Madden 21. They added if you audible 3 times before snapping the ball, it's an automatic false start.
Yeah, and that's a bad break for Prodigy. Instead of needing 10 yards, now you need about 15 to 20 here. Very unfortunate for Prodigy to take that.
See all those hot routes. Chaining up the routes to the receivers. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. And he's just going to take the sack.
He was throwing it away, too.
Oh, my God. How is that not a fumble? Like, can we get something, please?
He was trying to throw it away,
They
too.
call that incomplete. A break for Prodigy.
We good, though. We good. We didn't lose in regulation. I mean, in overtime. Done dominated the game.
See if Prodigy maybe hands the ball off here, tries to get sticky. Last play of regulation.
GD, how do you feel about some bonus football?
I need it. I want it. Let's go.
We got to call time.
Orb isn't going to do it. 0's on the clock. Let's go to OT. Put your 5s up in the chat. We're not done here in game number 2.
Okay. Okay.
He can't move the whole second half.
They want to toss. They got ball.
Wow, and it will be Team Prodigy getting the ball. Let's bring in User. User, this has been an absolute dogfight coming down to the wire. This is what competitive Madden's all about.
Absolutely, Nick. I'm over here sick. This is why I can't watch my homies play. I'm over here like, Clef, say something. Cook up a dot for this guy. We need something right now. We get the false start, delay a game, whatever it is when you flipping the play too many times. We cannot do that in that situation right there. You know, Prodigy, this is what has been the knock on him. When the game on the line, can he come up big? We need him to catch up right now. Am I being biased? Possibly.
I have a feeling, User, if you were playing in this format where you could talk to your teammates, there's not a single moment where one great user is sitting there quiet on the sidelines.
Not at all. You're going to hear me chirping. They're going to have to mute me because I'm going to have something to say. Especially, you know, and to be honest, if I was on these two guys' team, I'd be in the same situation as Shigs. They ain't going to let me play. But I'll be saying something.
Hey, User, to be honest, though, both Clef and Prodigy, that's kind of been the knock on them, is they can't, you know, come up big in these big games like this. So if they could kind of right the ship right here, it would do them some big wonders, big things.
Correct. You have an offensive guru in your corner as Clef. You know, we should not be seeing these 3rd and 9s a lot. Listen, let's be honest. These drives have been getting carried by fluke plays by Thorpe, breaking tackles, rolling forward. You know, this offense has not looked good. Clef the guy, he has to cook up a dot and say, hey, I see this, I see that, let's try this. Right now, 3rd and 9 situations, we can't keep having to be in these situations trying to convert.
I'm sending to right here.
Big 3rd and 9. Prodigy back to pass.
Stay in the pocket.
Right,
Stay in the pocket.
Defense. Great defense.
Yeah, he's been doing this all game. He's rolling out way too soon. You got to stand tall in the pocket. You can't move your controller that quickly. It's allowing these sheds to come around the edge.
That's in bounds. This is huge.
Des Bryant with the return.
Oh, he gave me a cut.
So now J-Wall only needs a field goal to win this game.
I think he's going to try to start off.
Pressure's on, but if you notice J-Wall, he's still laughing out there. He's just so loose with it. He doesn't get the pressure. Doesn't really get to him. We'll see now what happens if he, all he needs now is a field goal.
Goes to the drag. Nice dot dialed up. It was a simple play there, but those little 4-yard drag routes, they make Prodigy think on defense.
Yeah, and they can add up. And you see J-Ball, he stands tall in the pocket. He didn't move. He hikes the ball. He doesn't touch the left stick. He just stands there, waits, makes a read. It was a post with a drag behind it. He checks down to his drag, picks up a positive 4 yards.
2nd and 6. Indecisive with the user to midfield. And Ty, we're getting to a situation. The question's going to be, if Prodigy loses this game, what will Twitter be saying? Is Twitter going to be calling out Prodigy for not putting Clef the God on the field here in Game 2? Game's not over yet, but that's the question.
It's a fair argument, but Prodigy had his chances in this game. So, you know, he had his chances. He wanted this moment. He's had his chances. Now you see J-Wall dialed in, making great reads.
Good play.
3 straight completions at Willis McGahee to the 40-yard line. They may be in or near field goal range.
They're getting close. You see J-Wall going to his coaching adjustments, putting the ball carry on conservative so he won't fumble. And this is what J-Wall does in big moments. He's standing tall in the pocket, 3 reads in a row where he's just right in there, unbothered, throwing lasers.
First and 10, Turner. Now, important to remember, Ty, no abilities here in Mutt Draft, so there is no focused kicker. That kick meter is going to be faster, so kicking an ice field goal will not be a gimme.
Exactly, and I think he's in range right now, but if you're J-Wall, you definitely want to get a few more yardage here. It's only second down. If you're Prodigy, you really can't give up any more yards. You have to commit to the run.
You got it.
Get
it.
4.
I'm scared.
It's a 51-yard field goal from here.
You still got to hit the ice.
Yeah,
he's in range now. Look for him to do one more base or inside zone up the middle and then kick his field goal. Prodigy needs to get a tackle in the backfield for a loss here.
And they does. Oh, big hit on Turner. That's why you turn on conservative. So it will be a 53-yard field goal. Should be ice. They're going to take this down probably to the 2-minute warning.
Ice. This is scary.
Ice
there's
kick.
the timeout.
I hit these.
Here we go, TD.
Here we go.
For a spot in the semifinals. The club champion with a kick to win.
Pressure's on.
Does J-Wall have some more magic? He's been so good all year long. The kick is up. And it is good!
Let's go!
Team J-Wall sweeps Team Prodigy!
Let's go!
Let's go, man.
Let's go. What a drive, kid. What a drive, man.
Way to put it together.
I just had to stop running
overtime.
Pass the ball.
Just stop running.
But Team J-Wall sweeps Team Prodigy. Clef the God doesn't touch the field.
Get him up out
And they are on to face
out
Team Dusty in the semifinals.
Clef and Chigs, neither of them touched the field. It was all on Prodigy and J-Wall. What can you say? He has a belt for a reason. He's clutch. An ice kick for his team to move on to the semifinals.
That's why he won $150,000 and a club championship belt. That's why he's your level next champion. J-Wall does it again and sets up a date in the semifinals, TD, when the money's on the line. J-Wall finds a way to get it done.
This kid rises to the occasion. There's no doubt why he's one of the biggest stars in our sport. $150,000, a belt, a level next championship, and now a clutch kick to move his team to the semifinals of the Madden Bowl.
Well, Team J-Wall made quick work of Team Prodigy for post-game coverage and to talk with the winners. Let's throw it back to Katie and User.
Thank you so much, Nick. An exciting night, most certainly. And J-Wall advances. Team J-Wall through 2 games. It came down to the Madden 2021 club champion himself. Welcome here to break this one down alongside one great user. I'm Katie Emmer. User, I'm just going to give it to you. What are your thoughts on what we just saw in overtime here?
I mean, I'm salty, Katie. I'm salty. I understand why Prodigy just snatched the cord, the camera, whatever. You got Clef the God. You know, everyone's worried about everyone's feelings and not wanting to speak up. Clef the God, you got to say something. We got to cook up a dot. We got the ball in overtime, and this is the offensive drive we put together. How many times do you think you can give a guy like J-Wall the ball and he's not going to put some points up? The odds are just not in your favor. But hats off to TNC, man. They did a great job. J-Wall clutching up. You don't even get your #1 pick out there on the field. Yes, you are the captain. I'm sick. I'm sick because not only because y'all know these are my guys. These are my guys in this. I'm sick of seeing them get popped time again. But it is what it is. You got to give a shout out to TNC J-Wall getting it done.
Yeah, most certainly. And a reminder to everyone in the chat that we will be announcing our dump truck winner, a dump truck giveaway, in a few moments. So stay tuned to that. But let's get into these highlights, user. As you said, it was tough to see Team Prodigy go down, but you got to give credit where credit's due. J-Wall in this game. Prodigy did end up tying it up, but J-Wall, impressive, most certainly.
Yeah, J-Wall was impressive. You know, right here showing the stick. And as you see, the man had stick. A lot of people said his stick rating was too high, but we saw him in the squads display great stick. And then we saw right here Prodigy getting him with a bomb before half. Who knew this would be the last time Prodigy would put some points up on the game right here? And once again, Prodigy just not able to come up with these stops. And to be honest, he displayed a lot of bad pocket. And right here you see J-Wall clutching up. No abilities on the kicker. I mean, I was doing everything but praying to God to make sure he ain't make this kick. But guess what? Prodigy clutching up with no abilities on the kick, taking his team to the next round. Hats off to him.
So in your words, user, it is what it is. Looking at Team J-Wall, I can't wait to hear from the captain and his team in a few moments. But if you had to look at one thing, of course, it was impressive they're able to take care of this thing in 2 games. But what was most impressive about the makeup of this team in general?
I mean, you know, I'm thinking about how everyone's taking their strategy. And once again, you see how people, you get to choose the most. So the loser is choosing. So it's not like the winners who win squad get to choose the most, say, hey, let me pick this because it's best for me. The losers get a chance to do that. And a lot of times I feel like people are overthinking it. You're not letting your best player go and play, and then you're trying to think, well, what's the worst mode I can go for the opponent? I'm looking at it at the end of the day. We haven't seen full what? If it's me, I need all my abilities. I need everything. I need the full utility belt at my disposal. If I'm playing for $330,000, Katie, you have to go all out and put your guns all out. Is Clef a better player than Prodigy? I think so, but I would have definitely put Clef up and tried to see Prodigy versus Fancy at the end. But hey, that's so, you know, if what they say, if the cuts was candies and, you know, nuts, it is what it is, man, you know.
It is what it is. You're mentioning going all out, bringing in the winning team led by Mr. Club Champion himself, J-Wall. User just saying there, going all out. That's pretty much what you did in this final game. How are you able to close it and move on to the semis here?
That was awful. It was so stressful because I just couldn't score. Neither of us could really score. It was just the whole second half. I didn't want to mess it up because I felt like he wasn't gonna win it. And then I kind of just said I got it in overtime, and I was like, I'm tired of playing scared. I was just gonna pass. So that's what happened. I went to the pass plays that I had, and it worked.
Yeah, absolutely, J-Wall. Great job of leading your team. Fancy. Now, we didn't get to a game 3, but how were you feeling about the decision of J-Wall saying, hey, let me go and put this on my shoulders? You know, were you going to be ready to step up and have to play somebody like a Clef to God? How did you feel about the situation? Did you feel comfortable with J-Wall saying this is the best approach?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we obviously agreed on any kind of situation, whether we win squads, we lose squads, what modes we're playing. We all have all that down, so it was a pretty easy decision to let J-Wall play.
Yeah, and that boy, you know, obviously you riding it clean, man. J-Wall taking care of everything. And then you play great in squads. I was watching, and to be honest, you look like you were the best offensive blocker out there. You know, that's the mode, that's the position I have to play when I'm playing squads, because they won't let me play the quarterback or anything like that. But you was getting real gritty out there. How do you feel like you contribute to the squads and your team?
Yeah, just to repeat what you said, I feel like, you know, out there on squads, I throw the best blocks of all time, you feel me? Crazy blocks. That's what it comes down to. And, you know, I'm glad I fell to this team, man. People know I've been saying these two are the best Madden players out right now. And, you know, I wouldn't want to be in any other situation.
That's awesome, man. And, you know, obviously, we're going to continue the thing with you guys winning, moving on to the second round. We have to upgrade your Madden rating. So we're going to start off with you, Dat Boy. Listen, your swag rating is already through the roof. We got to give you something on that offense. I'm going to give you +1 on the offense because you was out there really making plays. Yes, J-Wall was getting sticky, but if it wasn't for you getting real gritty in the trenches, those plays would have never happened. The versatility is going to go up one because now I see you can get it done in squads too. In the experience, you're going up 2 on the experience because look, you're moving on to the next round. They got to give you something on that. Moving on to my next guy, Fancy. Fancy, let me tell you, my guy, you was already doing your thing on defense. You're not really known as a defensive player, but guess what? You held it together when it came to squads. You made sure Clef the God and them did not break off any big run plays, and you held it down as the captain. I'm going to give you +1 on the versatility and experience. I know you was thinking your swag was going to go up, but still, I did not see the shoe game. I see the TNC shirts, which is nice. Only the fact is you didn't have that boy t-shirt. But until I see the shoe game, the swagger will stay at an 86. Got it? Moving on to my guy, Jay Wall. The man putting it together. Listen, man, everyone said your stick rating was too high. I don't know about that. The way you did the stop and go with Michael Vick today in the squads play, you put your whole team on the back like a captain, like what you're supposed to do. You displayed great stick, whether it was in squads or single. And then the experience. I got to give you one on experience. Listen, I don't know why they got you at an 89 plus swagger. I told them to get you at the threshold. That's a mistake, but that's okay though. And listen, the only reason why I'm putting you at a 90 is not because of that TNC shirt. It's because of the draft bowl. You did at least earn to be at a 90 swagger threshold. I'm going to give you that. But hey, great job today, Jay Wall. Hats off to your team. Way to get the job done.
I appreciate it. I need that swag up though. It worked.
Still wants
Soon.
the swag up.
It's not high enough.
It's not high. Well, it's still got more time, but there's one thing, guys. If you ever are having a bad day, I think you know who to call to make it better. He'll pump you up, and that's one great user. Gotta love it there, and gotta love a major victory for you and your team tonight, Jay Wall. Congratulations to all 3 of you. Look forward to you in the semis. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so we have an updated bracket, and we now have an opponent for Team Dusty up in the next round, and it is none other than Team J-Wall. Pretty impressive. J-Wall able to get it done tonight in 2 games, but Team Dusty being able to make a comeback yesterday. This is going to be a major first round. It's going to be exciting to see these 6 competitors square off. Very much looking forward to that. And very much looking forward to bringing in Nick Mazesco and Tyler Davis, or the Hawaiian tee and the flannel. I would call it the Paul Bunyan plaid here in Minnesota, but user, I don't know what I'd call your outfit. We were doing this in the pregame show, but anyway, everyone's looking great, and it's a great night, of course, for Team J-Wall. Nick, I'll send it to you first. Just what are your overall thoughts on what J-Wall and the rest of his team were able to do tonight?
Well, I mean, first of all, hats off to Jay Wall, putting the team on his back, getting the win. I mean, if for some reason you were delusioned and thought Jay Wall was a fluke for winning that $150,000, he proved that he's not today. But I think for a while, the question is going to be, and it's not to take away from Team J-Wall, but the question is going to be, Clef the God wasn't the quarterback in squads. Clef the God didn't touch the field in one-on-one play. Clef the God was a top pick for your team. Why didn't we see Clef the God playing? It is 20/20 hindsight because they didn't win, but that's going to be the forever question. I commend Prodigy for having confidence in himself, but it just didn't work out today.
Speaking of the forever question, we're going to really pause and take a really quick look at a wonderful tweet tonight. The real question is, how do you feel about this, Nick? You're getting some love from Tony Campus here on Twitter. Mr. Brawny. It's kind of nice.
Hey. First of all, shout out to my guy TK. Second of all, it's nice to finally be respected and photoshopped into something that's worthy of being photoshopped into. I'm not a turkey. I'm not any sort of dinner meat. They finally give me my respect. The Brawny man, hold on. Let me just make sure this shirt looks nice and good. Thank you, TK. I love you, brother. That is exactly what I needed. I got some confidence now. Put me in the Madden Bowl.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Nick is hype off the Brawny, man. T, do you see it, man? Do you see it, man? How far we have fallen. Listen, TK, that is an awesome.
Oh, he's unbuttoning it. He's unbuttoning.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay. There we go.
The swag is back. He's back.
Usually we move up in the swag by 1 point, but we're going to go with a ½ a point right there. Great job.
If I undo another button, is that another ½ point? Do I get?
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay, cool, sweet. Give me my swagger. Give me my swagger.
I love the Photoshop. I am wondering where TD's Photoshop is. You need to be on an island or surfing or something. Come on, where's the love for you?
Hey, put me in Hawaii.
That.
Can I be in Hawaii right now? Anyways, I'm kind of good with that vibe. I just want to be on the beach right now. So.
Yeah, why not? You
does
can cover the
Aquaman
Madden Bowl
things.
from Hawaii. All right, but
like
TD.
He's about to do a Corona commercial.
This is always my
Get
job.
me out there. Get me out there with
right
Snoop Dogg.
task.
Me and Snoop shoot a commercial for Corona out there. Down.
What are we talking about? Oh yeah, the game tonight, or the series tonight. TD, getting to you. What were your overall thoughts and I guess takeaways on what Team J-Wall and the rest of them were able to do?
Yeah, I was impressed. And you guys haven't seen the Snoop Dogg Corona commercial? You guys look a little confused there, but yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah, everyone was like
seen it.
silent. Like I was like, yeah. But yeah, Team J-Wall was impressive. I mean, what can you say? J-Wall clutched it up again. He's done it all year. He's arguably a top 2 player this year, and he showed it again right there. Why? And, you know, to you guys' point, too, it's really going to be a lot of debate here. Should Prodigy have went with Clef? You know, a lot of argument can be said that Clef is a better player than Prodigy. You said it. Prodigy was the quarterback as well. So there's going to be a lot of questions for that, but Team J-Wall advancing. But for me, in this next matchup, I got to see the secondary pieces. Look, we've seen Noah. We've seen J-Wall. I got to see K-Mac out there now. I got to see Dapoy and Fancy in like a real one-on-one game so I can give them some real credit.
Hey, listen, man, they ain't worried about your credit. They worried about getting to the cash. And let me tell you, J-Wall and Fancy Team and TNC Team, along with that boy, they're playing smart. They're playing their best way. Prodigy, you're looking. You know, Prodigy wanted to control everything and be the quarterback. And Clef, the guy is just kind of rolling with it. And therefore, you were never able to really see your number 1 draft pick really show off for you and carry you to that next round. And I think that's what really hurt him. I hope the teams take note of this and really look at it and say, hey, do I really want to be in the situation where I never really get to use my best player? But TNC, Fancy, and J-Wall, they are so top-heavy, just like that boy said. It's great to be in that position. If you want to be honest, that boy is living the life, Ty. You talking about you want to see him play. Listen, that boy is trying to get a participation trophy and make sure he get 50,000. Ain't nobody worried about suiting up. Whatever Fancy and J-Wall need, yes, I'll do it, yes.
Any response?
No. That's nonsense. They want to be out there. They want to be out there competing too. They don't want to just sit on the sidelines.
They want the cash, the 330,000. That's what they want.
All right. You know, and we want to announce who our dump truck winner is. Dump truck giveaway. And user, add us a little drum roll. It's Mac the Mover 3. Congratulations, Mac. He wins all 6 MUT NFL Draft past player items that we revealed earlier. So fun to see. So fun to have these giveaways going on. I hope you guys in the chat, all of our viewers, enjoyed that as much as we did. And I hope you're going to enjoy this because tomorrow we have another quarterfinal game. It's Team Pavin going up against Team Henry. A lot of excitement there. We'll see you tomorrow right back here at 7 p.m. Eastern. For now, what a night 2 we had as Team J-Wall advances on. Thank you so much for tuning in. On behalf of Nick Mazzesko, Tyler Davis, One Great User, and our entire talented and hardworking crew, I'm Katie Emmer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a look back on the action tonight.
I got the block.
What blocking out there? There goes Vic. It's J-Wall running with the legend, the former Virginia Tech Hokie, Michael Vick.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And Little stop and go. And he's going to go all the way to the end zone. A touchdown for Team J-Wall.
Yeah, we just got to get a stop. I gotta figure out how we
I didn't want to lose out of fun.
Aaron Rodgers at
He's throwing a
quarterback.
pick. Oh my God.
Oh, that could have been picked off, swatted at the line. That could have been 6. To Michael Turner, and Turner will walk into the end zones. Head, shoulders, knees, and touchdowns for J-Wall.
Oh yeah, Willis. Oh yeah, Willis. Willis.
Uh-oh. Darius Hayward-Bay over the top. Touchdown for Team Prodigy.
Go, bud. Go.
Zeros on the clock. Let's go to OT. Put your 5s up in the chat. Does J-Wall have some more magic? He's been so good all year long. The kick is up, and it is good.
Let's go.